can't get there, and they have a much more upscale clientele, I'm told.
Yeah.
There was a guy sitting next to me last night for a while, for much too long. If this guy didn't have a load in his pants, I swear to God, it smelled. I don't know what was going on. I just thought I was going to swoon.
Ugh.
You know, first you think somebody's like passing some gas. Okay, it happens to the worst of us, but it didn't go away. It didn't subside. It was just, it was part of him. It was whatever. And then my luck, he gets the last 3 credits. He gets up to walk away, hits the button, and spin. Oh, jeez, another $125. He sits back for another 5 minutes. I really thought I was going to fall off the chair on the floor. They were sure happy to see me, though, I'll tell you that.
Oh, they're nice to you there?
Oh, man, they were so nice to me. They were practically shining my shoes.
Maybe that's why you won.
Well, have you ever thought about that? It's crossed my mind.
Yeah. Just crossed mine.
I don't care what anybody says, man. They got a computer room. They can, like, punch up the number of any machine, and they can diddle with it. I don't care what anybody says. I believe that. I believe that then, and I believe that now. Isn't that what Don Corleone said?
Next week, there's going to be legislation passed to finally put the machines in Broward County.
Well, don't get too carried away now. That's what they're saying. They're going to discuss it. And they don't want to do anything precipitate.
And I'm told that 55% number will not happen. So.
And we damn well better get the Vegas-style slots, or else it's not even worth talking about.
Right.
I see the picture of the Beast here in that the New York Post FedEx Jewel heist.
The Beast?
You didn't see that?
I haven't seen the New York Post yet today.
Oh, if that isn't him. Well, how come they gave this to me and they haven't given it to you? Wait till you see
I have a New York Post. Let me look.
FedEx Jewel Heist is the headline. It's got a picture. It says, Ice-capade. 2 armed jewel thieves are captured on Fifth Avenue building security camera yesterday. And if the person there with the shades on and the baseball cap, if that porker don't look like somebody we both know.
It's the Beast.
It is the Beast.
What day is that from? Oh, this is,
it's from
this is
Monday,
yesterday's paper.
It's
from yesterday. That's why I can't find it. Okay.
Bodily levitating!
That's him.
It is him.
The noted jewel thief. I wonder if Cary Grant will play him in the movie.
Probably. North by North Fat.
To Catch a Thief.
So this very jackass column. In fact, don't forget tomorrow's Friday, so if we want to find out what's going on with Moe's negotiations or anything else in the business, we'll have to read Barry tomorrow because, Greg doesn't tell anybody. The rest, he's back to that old game again.
Yeah, Barry.
He programs the radio station in Barry's column again.
Barry with his 7 cities interested in the Marlins. Please.
Yeah, the 7 sisters.
Yeah.
Portland, Oregon.
Yeah.
East Rutherford, New Jersey. Oh, God, right at the Meadowlands.
I've been talking to people about this, and I'm told that the only concrete deal would be the one in northern New Jersey, which cannot happen because George Steinbrenner does not want another baseball team in the metropolitan area.
Well, if George don't want it, it ain't going to happen.
That's correct.
Just like Hamilton wants the National Hockey League.
Yeah, but Barry never bothers to take it the step further that he needs to get the real story.
Yeah, but I do like the last parts in here where Joe Ariola's ripping your buddy an ass. It's great.
Yeah.
I don't want to say David Samson. Well, let's see. No, it's not after 10 o'clock yet, so I better not say it. Areola says David is a very, very difficult person to deal with. He's very sensitive. When we argue, he pouts. He's pouting right now. It's going to be difficult to deal with David while he's pouting. I just love that. That's so perfect. Hey, guess what, David? We'll pack your salami sandwich, okay? Don't let the door hit you in the ass on the way out.
I'm also told that baseball does not want Las Vegas.
Yeah.
They don't want to be building a stadium anywhere close to a
Las
casino.
Vegas wouldn't support baseball. There isn't a Chinaman's chance.
It's the same as here. That you would have the same excuses.
It's a tourist town.
It's a transit town. It's a tourist town.
And let me
There's too many other things to do.
How's Tampa doing with baseball, by the way?
Oh, dying.
I mean, they don't draw flies.
Nope.
So what are we talking about? Speaking of not drawing flies, I bet you there'll be one hell of a crowd for that Caps-Panthers game tonight. Wow, that ought to be something. Go and get your own section. And I'm reading that there was a scathing column in yesterday's Toronto Sun about the Panthers and Alan Cohn and the organization, and the fact that they're selling tickets for as low as 75 cents and they still can't put anybody in the stands, and how they lie about the attendance. Now it said 11,000 for the Leafs game Monday night, and there was maybe less than half of that, which I'm told is true. Just ripping them an ass. And about Jacques Martin and the fact that he's the only coach in the league that hasn't caught on to the new rules now, and he's still playing the dump and chase style, which isn't going to get the job done. Hey, Jacques, forget about it. Because if even BM can win big in Ottawa, what does that tell you?
Yeah, he's doing all right, isn't he?
Yeah, they're doing great because he's got a great team. You could coach him. You wouldn't know the puck from Lender's Bagel, and you could coach the Senators.
That is correct.
Yeah.
I don't know about the coaching part.
Yeah, well, you can.
But
eat
I
one
do
of
know
your
the
bagels
difference
anyway.
between a puck and a lender's
With
bagel.
like maybe a little Nova and cream cheese.
That might be overstated.
Oh.
Well,
you know your pizza
incidentally,
anyway.
I didn't go for ice cream yesterday.
Good, thank God.
I was very good. I didn't go gamble.
Really?
Nope.
I did.
Where did I go yesterday? I forgot. Oh, yeah, I went and actually, I was a good guy yesterday. I didn't misbehave.
Well, you better
at all.
make up for that today.
Yeah.
Oh, it's the
Calder's
first of the
running.
month. It's Thursday, December 1, so that means you better make up for Calder at 12:25, then Aqueduct, Woodbine Thoroughbreds, Fairgrounds, Hollywood Park,
Sounds
Dover
good to
Downs,
me.
Turfway. Oh, man. Meadowlands, that's Harness again. Woodbine. Yeah, there's enough going on starting at 12:25. You could lose probably $40 million by midnight. You played your cards wrong.
Okay.
So how many cities actually are interested in the Marlins?
I've
Jersey?
heard North Jersey, and that's it.
What about Puerto Rico? It says here Puerto Rico.
Nobody's going to Puerto Rico. They
Oh,
have a
yeah, wouldn't that be
20,000
great?
seat stadium there.
Well, that sounds like enough.
Yeah. Actually, they could go down and play in Homestead. That's a big
Remember the
enough
deal
place.
that was supposed to happen? How many years ago was that? There was going to be the smaller stadium with a 30,000 capacity in Miami. When was that? We've had so many of these deals going on. That was, I guess, during the John Henry days, wasn't it?
I'm not sure. There's been so much.
Yeah.
But I know this, that the Heisinger people are making an effort to try and accommodate them by giving them land. And I heard this one, okay, that they offered them 15 acres and a significant amount of cash, no strings attached, and they were rejected.
Really?
Yep.
Why is that?
I don't know the answer as to
Well,
why.
who were the two brothers that owned that Lake Lucerne land? Remember years ago?
Yeah. The Morton brothers.
Very good. Man, oh, man, the Morton brothers.
Yep.
That's probably because you ate that Morton pot pie or the Morton spaghetti. But the Morton brothers, Emil and whatever his name was.
Emil and
Yitzhak.
Fritz. No, those were the Cats and Jammer kids.
And they had the all that land out there that they wanted to build a baseball stadium and a football stadium on the land.
Yep.
Well, we got the football stadium.
Yeah, they donated the land to Robbie. Robbie got that land for nothing.
That's right. And they had that whole thing for the Olympic Stadium. Remember that? And all the plans with the track and all the other crap they had drawn up and never materialized.
Yep.
Like most other things in Florida, they materialize. And that's because Florida's not a baseball town. It's not a hockey town. It's not a anything town. It's a Bush League town.
No, it's a state.
Somebody I know said that many years ago.
I said that.
No, I said that before you did, though.
I'm not sure.
Oh, guaranteed. Now, that would be like saying Phil Rizzuto said, holy cow, before
my
Harry
first
Carey
suspension
said it. I mean,
came
come
out
on.
of that.
Harry Carey was doing holy cow in 45, and the scooter couldn't even do it right. Holy cow. Not holy cow, it's holy cow, you idiot. You simpleton, you quisling Phil.
You fairy.
Go have Cora make the coffee.
My
idiot.
first suspension came out of that.
Out of what?
Calling this a Bush League town. And it was back in the 70s.
You got suspended for that?
Yep. Bill Vyans. You
And
can't
IOD.
talk that way about this city.
Oh, what a jackass. I knew he was a jerk.
It was when the University of Miami drew 30,000 for Penn State.
Right. I remember that.
And I went on the air and I said, this is a Bush town. And he said, you got to stop calling this place a Bush town.
So how long did you get suspended for?
I don't remember. I mean, I've had so many since. You know, that's like asking Willie Sutton how much time he did on each conviction.
That's like asking Greg how many lies he told this year. Wow. On that note.
Yes. I hope you have a wonderful day.
I absolutely will.
You've inspired me. Lots of racing today.
Good. Well, you pick up where I left off.
Maybe I
had a good machine, man, and
Maybe
it was really a great experience, except for the guy that dumped in his pants. But other than that, it was fantastic.
Yeah, there's no bad odors at Calder.
Oh, I'm going to tell you, seriously, I could write a book. Forget about the gambling part, just about the people at Woodbine. I could write a very large encyclopedic book on that. Oh, God. It's the Schleppers on the bus. It's like when you go to Rome.
Or
you have a
Atlantic
great
City.
time, but watch out for those Schleppers on the bus, the gypsies and the getchkis.
How about the ones that go to Atlantic City every day?
Well, you know something? That's what Woodbine is like, because those people, how do they get there? They come on the bus. They come from New York and Philly, and they come on the bus.
Ooh.
Any place where people can get there on a bus, stay the hell away. Avoid it like the plague, like it's got bubonic plague.
Okay.
The Mets, the Yankees, and the Marlins in East Rutherford, I don't see that.
No, the Marlins are not going to be allowed to
go. Although the Devils have a tremendous following there in East Rutherford, they'd probably draw, what, about 30 people a game, yeah.
You know what? There's another consideration, too. The owners have to vote for these guys to be able to move anywhere.
Right.
And they ain't that popular.
You mean David Samson?
I'm telling you that the Marlins ownership is not all that popular among other baseball owners.
It's already into my time. You could say it. No, we better not, though.
Okay.
Since you've already lost track of all the other suspensions, we're not add no more right now.
Not before Christmas.
Okay. Well, don't, not before Chinooka. Don't lose too much today now. Save a little for the weekend. We've got a big weekend coming up.
I know. I'm in a budget.
I don't know what yet, but I know in my Mohawk experience, I'm going to have to let you know on Monday how that turned out.
Okay. Well, I wish you well.
And I need it.
Okay.
Arrivederci.
And to you.
Heat fans, your Miami Heat are releasing a limited supply of previously held seats for sale to the general public. Tickets are being made available for all games in a range of sections. Tickets go on sale Tuesday, October 4th at 10 a.m. and start as low as $10. It is good! He did it! Dwayne Wade has won the game! These seats are in limited supply and will go fast. Call 1-800-4NBA-TICKS. Check out Ticketmaster.com or any Ticketmaster location. Heat fans, mark your calendars for Tuesday, October 4th at 10 a.m. This is the day individual game tickets go on sale for all Heat home games. This might be your only chance to get tickets to see the new Heat squad with Shaq, D-Wade, Jason Williams.
Oh, he's a little guy, kind of funny looking.
It is. I'm just going to play that all day today. Bet we get a 90 share.
Do it. You can do it.
It's 10:08, boys and girls. Boy, it sure seems like Friday to me. If I don't show up tomorrow, if I'm not here when you come in there, it's because I think it's Saturday.
Well, don't do that.
Well, doesn't it seem like Friday today?
I just wish it was Friday.
It has kind of a Friday feel to it for me. It's Thursday, December 1. Diciembre. Wow. It is just smoking along. You'd almost think we got holidays coming up pretty soon. Some more of them. Although you wouldn't know it from our program log, I'll tell you that. I'll tell you guys back in sales, man, you guys are doing it. I don't know what you're doing, but you're doing it a lot. 1,868 votes on yesterday's poll. Who's done more for the black community? That was our poll question. Martin Luther King, 609. Abe Lincoln, 400. Rosa Parks, 155. Rosa Parks, Slappy White, 111. I like old Slappy White, and you do too, and you didn't even realize it.
That's right.
See that? Now, what you're eating already, this could be Howie's, could it?
Yeah, it is.
BLT?
A BLT hoagie, no less.
Ooh, a BLT hoagie sounds really good to me.
You got me all going about that bacon, so I ordered extra bacon.
Sounds really, extra bacon sounds really trafe. Nipsey Russell, 103. Shaq, 94, has done more for the black community. We don't know what it is yet, but when he does it, it's going to be spectacular. Lyndon Johnson, 82. Nelson Mandela, 52. Thurgood Marshall, 35. Eddie Rochester Anderson from the old Jack Benny Show, for all you 90-year-olds, 35. Muhammad Ali, 34. Jackie Robinson, 31. He made a heavenly chock-full of nuts coffee, but, he did some... See, I guess that goes to show you that people don't think that sports is as important like his other things, like human rights.
Right.
I mean, he broke the color barrier in baseball, and that was wonderful, and he took a lot of crap for it, but nevertheless, only 31 votes. Solamente 31. George Washington Carver, 26. Little Richard, 25. She was something else. Little Tutti Frutti, but nonetheless.
Remember, it was
Louis Farrakhan. What is it?
It was drugs that led him to homosexuality.
Well, it was, but he found the Lord. Isn't that the way it always happens? He found the Lord. He said, oh, God, that's good. Louis Farrakhan, 13. Sammy Davis Jr., 12. Shirley Chisholm, 11. Same person, by the way. Sammy Davis and Shirley Chisholm, same person. Charles Rangel, 10. Jesse Jackson, 10. The agent provocateur, the exploiter, the great, whatever. Don't tell me he's here again. Oh, on World AIDS Day, there's your president again. No, please. God almighty, I had that bacon. It's starting to back up on me now. Arthur Ashe, 9. Jesse Owens, 8. And Alex Haley of Roots fame, who I interviewed on KAT 100 years ago. Alex Haley had Solamente Trace. Only 3 votes for poor Alex. He'd be so embarrassed. What about Laverne? What was the kid name that played in Roots? Levon. Oh, come on.
Which one? Which kid?
The one that played the star, and he was the star of Roots in the movie.
Young Kunta Kinte?
Yeah.
LeVar Burton.
LeVar Burton. See, I told you, Levon. Elton John did a song about him, Levon. Okay, here's the poll, the second poll. We got polls all over the place, man. If you have a chance to look online at the Wednesday, November 30th New York Post, FedEx jewel heist, there's the beast caught on camera. See, we thought he had rich parents. Come to find out he's just a jewel thief, after all. If that isn't him. And the Humper hadn't even seen that. I forgot to talk to Hank about the two conflicting articles in the Sun-Sentinel and the Herald, two diametrically opposed articles about the Orange Bowl, which we'll eventually get to. That is so typical. The Sun-Sentinel says, there's a good chance they're going to tear it down and build a new stand, and the Herald says there's no chance. So you believe whoever you want. 563 votes, despite their denials. Everyone loves to fart, 130. Now, we had a fax from a lady here. She was upset by the choke the chicken thing because she said, I thought you'd give us a little literary license and assume that that would be for everybody no matter what they got. But no. So we had to put tickle the taco on there. Anyway, loves to fart, 130. Boy, that guy next to me last night, I don't know if he was farting like nonstop or he really had the old load in the trowel. I don't know, but it was just nauseating.
Maybe he was sporting a bag.
You know something? That's a possibility. Uh-huh. Oh, my God, what a sport. Oh, man. Chokes the chicken, 114. Has sexual fantasy, 79. Picks their nose, 57. Lies, 56. As in Q56. Lies, that lies is us. It says that right on the front of our building. Lies be us. Enjoys porno, 40. Listens to Neil Rogers, 35, even though they lie about it. Oh, no, we wouldn't listen to him. Cheats on their taxes, 16. Eats their boogers, 11. George was grossed out by that, and he was chewing as he said it. Loves garbage TV, 9. Like Jerry Springer, for example. All the other swirled reality shows, they love it. Mm-hmm. Tickles the taco, 7. Picks their butt, 6. And uses body wash, 3. I think the pick the butt thing... See, I was coming back in a cab last night from Woodbine, and I'm thinking to myself, I was trying to visualize Queen Elizabeth picking her butt, you know?
Right.
Which I'm sure she... Well, I don't want to get too graphic with it. But
well, you know, if your underwear right up in there, you got to do something.
Yeah. Pick a winner, Queenie. 10:14. What's that schedule look like today? It looked like hell to me. We got Mo at 2. He's absolutely
rock solid
in there. But then at 4 o'clock, no more Mad Dog today because he's on one of his 80,000 vacation days. So we got, oh, boy, 2.5 hours of that. Makes you almost wish for the Panther preview at 6:30. The Washington Caps with Alexander Ovechkin at the Panthers, 7 o'clock tonight. Hey, guess what, Jacques Martin? Everybody's ripping you an ass, and deservedly so. Catch on to the new style of the game, okay? Get somebody give you a little rimmer and a primer on the new rules, you idiot. Eddie K after the hockey game. Better go out there to the arena because somebody needs to. Is Josh going to be there for the festivities before the game?
I will.
And then we'll leave right away.
That's right.
Armstrong Ford, one of the area's fastest-growing automotive dealerships, seeks business development associates to maintain contact with existing customers by incoming and outgoing phone, email, and mail in order to develop and increase customer loyalty. Applicants should have direct customer service and telemarketing experience. Computer and data entry skills a plus. Applicants must be bilingual, able to work flexible hours. Armstrong Ford offers an outstanding compensation package, which includes hourly wage plus bonuses and benefits. You must be ready to start work today, as in right now. Contact Subito. Contact Roger Arguello at 786-295-7887. That's 786-295-7887. Armstrong Ford is a drug-free workplace and an equal opportunity employer. Call 786-295-7887.
This is Neil Rogers. This is 560 QAM.
No! The Marlins? Who the hell are the Marlins?
Harriet She's the president's latest nominee. If you know what she thinks, will you tell me, please? The legal opinions are very clear, but if she gets the job, we will have to call her Justice Myers. Harriet Myers. George Bush is swearing that she's not a clown, but then again, he picked Michael Brown. She'll take some questions from Ted Kennedy. It's a trial by fire, and she wants to become Justice Myers.
irritated, but nevertheless, it's better than hearing
about that. Only 50,000 people.
Yeah, it's better than hearing him. It's 10:19 at 560 WQM. By the way, somebody tell Jacques Martin if you go to the game tonight that tell Alan Cohen that was a nice deal signing him up for 5 years. You couldn't find the new National Hockey League with a compass and a road map, Jacques, whatever your name is, Jacques Strap. Anyway, speaking of sports, so anyway, did we give the poll? Yeah, I gave the poll for today. Now here's the one for tomorrow. Oh, man. Let's give the one for a week from next Sukkot. How do you like that?
All right.
Well, no, I got to do this because I don't have much on here yet. And if we're going to put this on here this evening and give people a head start, this is the QM Head Start program. Even your fat-ass governor would be very proud of this. What movie had the most unacceptable ending? Again, inspired by the ending of Monsters Ball, which this audience didn't care about the ending because by that point they were all passed out on the floor after watching the two Halle Berry sex scenes, so they didn't really care about the ending.
Or they just thought it was fine.
Well, they could have said that.
Right?
But I don't think...
they never saw it.
I don't think they even thought about it. See, I think people accept the ending of any movie. They might be a little bit disappointed, but...
Right? No, I agree. Most people don't... it ain't that important to them.
Right.
As it is to some of us.
And to me, if you're going to invest an hour and a half, 2.5 hours to watch a flick, and no matter how enjoyable it may be, or how much nudity is, or whatever else is going on in there, there has to be... You know...
A punchline. It's like
there has to be an enjoyable climax, if I can say that.
Absolutely.
Anyway, all I got on here so far is Magnolia, which you hate the ending, and I think is a little overdone. Monsters Ball, which the ending to me was unsatisfactory, even though you liked it, and because you were willing to suspend belief.
No,
what's that?
Close it. He said it. We're going to be just fine.
Yeah, okay.
And that was it.
He said,
"Oh, we're fine."
Once Upon a Time in America, which you mentioned yesterday.
Right.
That business about, was it an opium drug trip, that the whole movie, which if that was the case, I mean, why did we just waste 5.5 hours of our time?
That's a double whammy on that movie. You spent
and then, of course, James Woods in the garbage truck, and you saw those zits popping out of the back of the garbage truck as was grinding up all the garbage, and you figured he's in there, which he was.
Good place for him, too.
Yeah, that's an excellent place for him. When you told me James Woods was Jewish, that's enough to make me get my foreskin back.
You still got it around?
Yeah, on the wall. QAM, hello. I keep it on a hook. WQAM, hello. QAM.
Hey, Neil.
Yes, sir.
All right. Most unacceptable ending of any movie ever. I apologize for the noise. I stopped out. Monty Python and the Holy Grail. Because it didn't end.
Right. They have trouble with that.
Okay, you want to put that on there?
Yeah, it qualifies. I love that movie. I've seen it 100 times, but the ending was unacceptable.
I don't remember.
Well, if you did, you'd remember. It was just
I got it in the other room. I could watch it again. Let me go watch it now, and then when I'm done, I'll come back and
they're getting ready for the big battle, and then the cops just show up and bust it all up, bust up the production, and
they bust it up.
And there aren't even any credits. Remember, the credits are at the beginning of that movie.
Right. Kind of like Memento.
Right.
Now, what do you say? How about that? We ought to put that on there, too. The ending is unacceptable because it goes ass backwards.
It goes backwards. We could, but I got one that's going to win, possibly.
Okay.
At least if anyone ever saw it.
Well.
The Blair Witch Project.
Oh.
The Practical Joke on the Audience Project.
Yeah, but there were a lot of suits that gave it rave reviews and said,
this is right, and I'd like to find each and every one of those people and beat them.
With a stick.
Yeah, it's going to change the future, all right. Make people not want to make movies or see them anymore.
WQAM, hello.
Neil.
Siskel and Ebert, yes.
I have one for the poll.
Really?
Have you ever seen the American version of The Vanishing?
No.
Yes.
Well,
that was the movie that was the French movie or the Dutch movie, whatever
right.
it was.
The other version is great. It's got a great tragic ending. The American version, the guy gets saved at the end by his girlfriend instead. They changed the whole ending.
American audience can't handle that kind of an ending.
I'll put The Vanishing American version.
Oh, it's horrible.
It is. You're right.
Really ruins the movie.
I've seen them both, and it's like a lot of other things in America. Okay, thanks, Pally.
Take it easy, Nick.
Okay, The Vanishing. Anybody got any of that Vanishing cream? 5-6. This is amazing. We're working on tomorrow's poll already. This is good.
I haven't even said anything yet.
Give them a little bit of homework, baby. Give this audience some homework, man, and they grab onto it and they squeeze it. They can practically strangle it. It's great. This is what they want to sink their teeth into. It took me almost 30 years to figure it out. This is what they want. This is their bread and butter. You know what I'm saying? They do such a fabulous job on it.
Absolutely.
WQAM, hello.
Neil.
QAM, yes, sir.
How are you?
Great.
Got one for the poll.
Okay.
$1 Million Baby.
Never seen it.
Oh, you're lucky. Don't spend 2 hours rooting for a Rocky-type hero only to watch her die.
Oh, gee, she dies in the end. Well, now we don't have to waste our time. Thanks, Pally. Yeah, don't feel bad about ruining the ending of a movie like Pi, which George got all bent out of shape. Don't go see Pi. I mean, don't buy it, rent it, whatever. Because the guy puts the drill in the side of his bald head and at the end of the movie, and that's it. Right. It's a real driller. I think, what's his name? John Lithgow was in that, wasn't he?
What? I think he
played the Orthodox rabbi. 567-0560. He played the old Getchke. I'm just not into Getchkes, okay? In Schindler's List, are there a bunch of old Jews?
There are a bunch of everything.
I mean, old rabbis with the payas and the whole thing, and the long and big hats.
It's mostly Schindler. It's mostly him, but then there's a family that they kind of focus on.
It's mostly Irv Schindler. Now, is Shirley Spellerberg in this too, or just Irv?
And there's a young girl, but mostly.
Oh, that's
Schindler.
why you liked it. There's a hot young chick who's probably naked in the movie. That's why you liked it.
No. And then there's Ray Fiennes plays Amon Get, the Nazi concentration camp commandant.
I'll take your word for it. I'm going to go out and get it today. QAM, hello.
Hi, Neil.
Yes, sir.
This is Eddie from Kendall. I don't know if you've ever seen this movie, The Fireman with Charlie Sheen. It's a very rare movie, but it's excellent. It's one of those family gets scared type movie.
Yeah. Bad ending, though?
It's great. It's under a couple of names. It's either Bad Day on the Block or The Fireman. It's a fantastic movie. He terrorizes his family, and he's supposed to be a hero and all that. It's a fantastic movie.
I like guys that terrorize their family. I think most families deserve it. Okay, thanks. It's got nothing to do with what we're talking about, but thank you so much. Well, he just wants to, turn us on to something really good as opposed to all this crap with the bad endings. I don't like movies that have unacceptable endings. It's just, so many times, Donnie Darko, there was another one. I'm going to put that on there, too. That was a pretty good movie. Did you see it?
Nope.
Donnie Darko.
It's on the list, though.
It was fine, but the ending, it's what?
It's on my list of things to see.
Yeah, the ending is just unacceptable.
Well, thanks for the warning.
It's just crap is what it is. It's like a guy that sits down to write a 500-page book, and the book is really interesting, but he never can figure out how to bring it to a conclusion. You know what I'm saying? He just keeps writing and writing. It turns into a 700-page book, 1,000. It just goes on and on because there's just like Once Upon a Time in America.
You're supposed to start with the ending.
It's a great movie. Wouldn't you agree? It's a tremendous movie.
It's okay.
Get out of here. Are you off your rocker?
No, it would be a good movie if it didn't, because see, that's a double whammy that you have to spend that long for that crappy of an ending.
Yeah.
So some editing and some closure would have been nice, and then it would be a great movie.
Now, what was it that he decided to eat instead of taking a sexual encounter with a little girl? What was it, the chocolate roost? What is that?
Know. Wasn't it Noodles?
No,
I saw that movie 20 years ago.
Ryan Bloom, was he Noodles? No, he wasn't Noodles. Noodles was the one... Noodles was Robert De Niro, wasn't he?
You know, my favorite part of the movie is when they were all young and little kids and like...
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, exactly.
And instead of going for the sexual encounter with that young girl, he don't you remember?
I do.
He was supposed to bring her the pastry, whatever that Jew pastry, chocolate.
Maybe a Luxemkugel.
It was not a Luxemkugel. I wish that it was, though. Boy, I sure love some of that. It's all carbs.
I like Luxemkugel.
You never had Luxemkugel, huh?
Sure I have. Remember when the deli used to bring us food?
Oh, boy, is that good stuff. With raisins. It has to have raisins in it. Oh, man.
Noodle pie.
No wonder Jews are so fat. And mostly dead. Well, Jews have other reasons to be dead. 27 past 10 at 560. We had some problems over the years. Hey, rich room-filling sound from your iPod. It's the power of the Bose SoundDock digital music system that brings the music on your iPod to life, even charges your iPod while it plays. Sound and Vision says you are bound to love what you hear. And that's because only proprietary Bose technology lets you get the most from the music on your iPod. The system is friendly with iPod, iPod Mini, iPod Nano, and iPod with video. Its sleek appearance stylishly blends with your iPod, almost any room decor. Easy to use, even comes with a remote that controls the SoundDock system and basic functions of your iPod from across the room. So let the room-filling sound of the Bose SoundDock digital music system deliver a new iPod experience. Insert iPod, stick that baby in there, and hear what happens. It would make a great holiday gift idea, too. Experience the SoundDock today at Apple, Best Buy, Circuit City, CompUSA, Sharper Image, Target, or nothing could be neater than to hear it at Tweeters.
This is Neil Rogers. This is 560 QAM.
I have a sentimental weakness for my children, and I spoil them, as you can see. They talk when they should listen.
Absolutely.
Miami-Dade is losing the fish.
Oi!
Wah, wah, wah. Miami-Dade is losing the fish. Wah, wah, wah. What will the sport horse do? Boo, boo, boo.
Loria is a cowardly poop. Samson is a queenie poop.
Yes.
No consequence at all. Let him choke on falafel balls. Miami-Dade is losing the fish. Whack, whack, whack. Miami-Dade is losing the fish. Whack, whack, whack. Whine about it all you want. In your overdeveloped swamp. Can't imagine where they went wrong. They played about as good as this song. Miami-Dade is losing the fish. Whack, whack, whack. Miami-Dade is losing the fish. Whack, whack, whack. Miami-Dade is losing the fish. Whack, whack, whack. Miami-Dade is losing the fish.
10:32 at QAM. Let's all go out and sit on the corner somewhere on a curb and cry. What are we going to do? What are we going to probably something. I don't know. You don't want to be in a town that loses Major League Baseball. A very famous bald-headed Jewish philosopher once said that on this station. That's what he said. And, of course, David Samson says, well, what's the line in this story about Major League? See, having a baseball team doesn't make a place a Major League town. I hate to break it. We could have like 15 Major League Baseball teams, and it would still be the same old Bush League town that it's always been, always will be, okay? David Samson and Delilah. 653 votes. Despite their denials, everyone loves to fart, 147. But keep it down a little bit. Keep it down by your cuffs. Boy, we got to bring back cuffs. Maybe cuffs were like fart catchers.
Okay.
Maybe that's what the problem is today. We got so many smelly people. Let's bring back cuffs on pants. Chokes the chicken, 132, and then nails it to the door, of course. Has sexual fantasies, 96. Lies, 67. Picks their nose, 67. There was the Queen at that. Now, that's the only good thing I can say about Bud Collins. Was it Bud Collins who said it, or was it, yeah, I think it was. The Queen was at Wimbledon, at this tennis tournament at Wimbledon many, many years ago, and Bud Collins, you know, the tennis guy, the bald-headed jerk who all he knows about is tennis?
No.
And he was doing the commentary, and they showed the Queen, and she had her little pinky. She was picking her nose with a little, and he said, great forehand.
Yeah, dainty, though. With
great forehand. It was. You had to be there, I guess. Lies, 67. Picks their nose, 67. If it's good enough for the Queen, it's good enough for everybody else. Enjoys porno, 47. Listens to the Neil Rogers Show, 39, but they never admit it in pubic. Cheats on their taxes, 16. Eats their boogers, 15. Grotesque, but tasty at times. Tickles the taco, 9. Loves garbage TV, 9. Picks their butt, 8. And uses body wash, 3. Well, now, we know that not everybody does. In fact, I think back to the poll we did. Almost half of the women are still using soap. Give me a break, ladies.
That's what I said.
Jesus, that's sad. Despite their denials, everyone knows that W stole the 2000 election. That's not bad, huh?
Right.
Hates having to work for a living. No, that's
everybody does it, and they admit it.
What?
Everyone hates working for a living.
We all admit that. I want to win the lotto here is 25 million Saturday, so if I win it, good luck to you. Fears death. Yeah, we can put that on there. It's a good one. Fears death.
Some of us are married.
Yeah, but we're talking about your own.
Right. No.
Knows W stole the 2000 election. Yeah, that's good. You're going to put that on there, Josh? Yeah, we can put it on. Knows W stole the... you can put 2004, too, if you want. Whatever you want to put on. 7 cities like the Marlins, says Barry Jackass. Stadium talks between the Marlins and Dade County remain stalled, but a handful of metro areas have inquired about becoming the team's next home. Well, pack your sandwich, David and Jeffrey, okay? They're having a fire sale. Carlos Delgado says, I got out of there just in time. They're having a fire sale down there. Although he's no big prize, but nevertheless. And we've been through this over and over. These are the 2 words that I've been telling you for almost 30 years that I've been in this godforsaken place that epitomize what South Florida is all about. Neurotic repetition. The same old, over and over again. And it just never stops. We've been through this a zillion times. Rich billionaire owners threatening the public. If you don't build me a stadium, I'm going to do this. And if you don't do that, and if you don't treat me right, and if you don't yada, 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 you know, it's a bunch of crap.
And I'm going to tell you something right now, and you can mark it down.
Blow it out your ass.
If Broward County would change their mind and decide they wanted to build this facility,
yes,
I will not play here.
Liar.
Because I will not have you guys looking at me for the next 10 years.
I don't want to look at you.
Here's a guy that said
guts
one
out.
thing and went out and did
Jesus,
something else.
it's got to be a good diet to go on. Look at Wayne every day for 10 years. You weigh about 4 pounds at the end of that. You make Karen Carpenter look like Mama Cass. Jesus. God almighty. The same old, and the thing with Steinbrenner doesn't want a team in Jersey, and this one doesn't want to. Just get lost. Take all your balls and go home, okay? Take your falafel balls and go home. So tired of it. Threatening, as if it's the important stuff. You know, we got 80 zillion dead people over there in Iraq. We got into a big pickle that we don't know, into a quagmire that we haven't got any idea how to get out of because we're based on a bunch of lies and a bunch of neocon hysteria. And idiots like Jew Lieberman are hawking about, oh, well, we have to leave the troops in there because it's good for Israel. Hey, guess what, Joe Lieberman? Coxachois, baby, okay? Man, makes me ill. Anyway. Samson, whatever his name was, Delilah and Samson, wouldn't disclose the 7 cities, but officials from Portland, Oregon, East Rutherford, New Jersey, have publicly confirmed contacting the Marlins. Mayor Oscar Goodman of Vegas says he hasn't heard from the Marlins recently. But Vegas is supposed to be on the list. It'll never happen there. No chance. Also, Puerto Rico, and like Hank said, nobody's going to Puerto Rico. Even George don't want to go there.
Why would I want to go to Puerto Rico?
Why you don't want to go there?
It's got Puerto Ricans?
That's right. Too many Puerto Ricans there. Let's see. Samson intends to visit the cities that are deemed realistic options. He said he doesn't know if owner Jeffrey Lurie will accompany him. Oh, yeah. The only idea being discussed to keep the Marlins in South Florida involves building a stadium on Wayne Huizenga-owned land adjacent to Dolphin Stadium. Samson said plan there is realistic, but also termed it a long shot. The Marlins and Huizenga Holdings have agreed to a price for the land, according to Samson, but the Marlins in Dade County haven't determined a way to cover construction costs. Samson said last week that the funding gap is at least $80 million. Oh, that should be no problem. Have Greg write a check. Have the Beasleys pay that when they're through paying the DirecTV bill. We have to figure out where we are and once and for all make a decision, Samson said of the proposal. Well, think about it for about half an hour, David, now, and let me just give you this.
Bye.
Yeah, that's my message, okay, for me? Who cares? Last week, the Marlins announced they've ended discussions with the city of Miami about building a new stadium next to the Orange Bowl. In a radio interview, city manager Joe Ariola expressed skepticism about the Marlins' search for a new city. To put people at ease, I even talked to Mayor Goodman of Vegas. They haven't even heard from them, Ariola said. It's another tactic. David plays the role very poorly. David plays the role very poorly. Meaning the role of a human being, I guess. Responded Samson, it's not my concern about how a city manager views the way we run our business. There are 7 cities that are working hard to get Major League Baseball, not including South Florida. There are 7 elected officials who realize what being a Major League city means. And let me say it again, being a Major League city doesn't mean having some stupid-ass ball teams, okay? That's not what makes a town big league. What?
It isn't?
No. Ariola also disputed the Marlins' contention that they offered $212 million toward the $385 million project and blamed Samson for the deal not materializing. David is a very, very difficult person to deal with, Ariola said. He's very sensitive. When we argue, he pouts. He's pouting right now. It's going to be very difficult to do a deal while David is pouting. Hey, David.
You fairy.
Responded Samson, it's disturbing as a resident of South Florida that decisions are being made that may not necessarily reflect the desires of its constituents, and it's disheartening that Mr. Ariola continues in vain to try to get Jeffrey Lurie to sell the team to an owner that is somehow connected to him. Well, guess what? I hate to break the news to you, David, but it does reflect the wishes of the people. Every poll that's been taken in the Sun-Sentinel and the Herald, on the chalkboards from pillar to post, all over town. Every poll. The public will not pay one dime of tax money to build you guys a stadium. How do you like that? So this business about, well, it doesn't reflect what they are. That's what the people want. They're sick and tired of it. They're nauseated. They want to puke from it. Spent all that money to build that Broward Yenta Center there, which I guess it's fine for concerts. A lot of good concerts in there, right?
Yeah.
Nobody cares about the Florida Panthers, okay? Nobody cares about hockey in South Florida. We got that game with the Washington Capitals tonight with Alexander Ovechkin, one of the 2 sensational rookies in the league. Will anybody be there? No. And who can blame anybody when the Panthers lose every stinking game? When Jacques Martin is still playing 1892 hockey out there when in 2005. Who brought that silly-ass frog in here anyway? How many votes we got on the poll? We're building tomorrow's poll. We got today's poll. We're going to do like next Thursday's poll, right?
Right.
We're going to stick the old flag up the maypole. You ever do that in school? What is that all about, putting the flag up the maypole? Look at that. There's John Kerry with
42 years old at that
signs
time.
the bill authorizing a Rosa Parks statue.
Personal protest when she refused to give up her seat to a white man on a city bus in Montgomery,
Oh, look at that. There's your president with some little black kid. Isn't that cute?
Why?
Picked him up. He picked him up like a puppet. You see that, the way he's holding him? Like Jerry Mahoney.
We're looking at the children of Jesse Jackson Jr.
The children of Jesse Jackson Jr. Jesse Jackson Jr., by the way, is good.
Is he?
He knows his crap. I don't know where the hell he got it from. Must have gotten it from Mommy.
This is Neil Rogers. This is 560 QAM.
The Banana Republic, baby. Only in Miami.
Mohammed and David here. I am here, and you are... Damn it, I can't say it anymore. They took that from me. Thanks in no small part to that midday show guy.
Who, Boca?
Yeah, that's the guy. Whoever the hell that is.
You met him.
I did it?
Yes, out in the hallway.
I don't know who to go, whatever. Let's take some calls, then, shall we? Prestigious Bud Collier City. Hello.
Yeah, hi, Mo.
Yeah, what do you know? What do you think?
When are people gonna realize this? This is a sports show and nothing else.
Absolutely.
Nothing exists outside the gay world of sports.
Yeah, and by the way, they paid me to ogle and admire men. This here is a show for men, about men. Like smelly bears and chaps.
You stole the pizza?
Huh?
You stole the pizza?
I did not take no pizza.
You stole the pizza?
Don't be ridiculous.
You stole the pizza?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Stole the pizza?
I didn't steal no pizza.
Stole the pizza?
No, I did not steal no pizza.
Stole the pizza?
Now see here. I ain't no pie burglar.
Stole the pizza?
I did not steal
Stole the pizza?
I only had one slice. Well, okay. So it was a whole pie. Who cares? Those bums had no power. I was hungry. I sacrificed a lot, too, you know. There was no Dr. Brown's. Just don't taste the same without the Dr. Brown's. That's Brutus. As that Murrow once said, good night. And kiss my ass.
10:46 at QAM. We got more of that. 2 hours of it. Mo at 2 o'clock this afternoon. Be sure to catch that with a net, butterfly net. Top House Democrat backs Murtha on quick withdrawal from Iraq.
Oh!
The top Democrat in the House of Representatives, Nancy Pelosi. The Democrats are starting to butch up a little bit, except for Drew Lieberman, of course, which he's a right-wing Republican in drag. Endorsed a proposal by a senior member of her party calling for a quick pullout of U.S. troops from Iraq. Pelosi backed the withdrawal plan proposed by Representative John Murtha, a staunchly pro-military former Marine who shocked the Washington political establishment nearly 2 weeks ago by saying the time had come for U.S. forces to quit Iraq. When in doubt, yank them out. 2 weeks after Murtha introduced his House resolution calling for a pullout of U.S. troops from Iraq within 6 months, Pelosi threw her support behind the legislation. I'm endorsing what Mr. Murtha is saying, which is that the status quo is not working and that we need to have a plan that makes us safer and our military stronger and makes Iraq more stable, Pelosi said at a press conference yesterday. I believe that what he has said has great wisdom. While the president is digging a hole, Mr. Murtha is speaking from the light of day about the realities in Iraq, she said. Murtha did this about Pelosi made her remarks on the same day that Bush gave his speech with a bunch of crap. The Democratic leader said the speech failed to give a clear indication of the White House exit plan from Iraq, and that, of course, is they don't have an exit plan, so how can he do that? They don't have any.
Right.
With more than 2,100 American soldiers killed, thousands more wounded grievously, and we're talking about no limbs, no eyes, no all
faces.
these things. No faces, no heads, no feet. Hundreds of billions of dollars spent. The president owes the American people more than he provided today, she said. We should follow the lead of Congressman John Murtha, who's put forth a plan to make America safer, to make our military stronger, to make Iraq more stable, Pelosi said. With his dramatic call for a quick pullout from U.S. troops in Iraq, Mr. Murtha has changed the debate in our country, Nancy said, and it's long overdue. See, the Democrats had to test the water. They stuck their toe in it, and they put their finger out the window to see which way the wind was blowing, and they had to do their focus groups, and their hocus pocus and focus groups.
Ouija board, astrology chart.
Right. Yeah, Linda Blair is saying to talk to Captain Howdy.
By the way, something.
Yeah, remember Captain Howdy?
I do. Did you mention that Joe Zagacki or someone else was going to be in for the Mad Dog today?
Well, that's what it says in my schedule.
No, I sent you an updated one, the third one of that day, if you recall.
You know something? This is getting to the just absurdity, okay? In between, and I figured out why Duff didn't hear that one bit right that he got all bent out of shape about. That's because he's been listening to 7 He's got waxy buildup. So his hearing is impaired. With Rush, it was the oxys he was popping. With Duff, it's that waxy buildup. Okay, who's on 4 to 6:30?
Jim Mandich.
Today?
Jim Mandich.
Yeah. Well, that is really outstanding. A cameo appearance by the Mad Dog on his show today. And it says also tomorrow on the show. Now, is that correct or not tomorrow?
As far as I know.
Oh, as far as we know. Pencil it in. I have never seen so many schedules, and of course, and Duff is running. Greg, I did something. I made up the schedule. I made it 45 times. I did something, Greg. Oh, it is so sad. If you folks only knew. You know that old expression, charity begins at home?
Yeah, what about it?
Trust me. 10:49, 11 before 11. What movie had the most unacceptable ending for tomorrow's poll we got so far? $1 Million Baby, Magnolia, Monsters Ball. Is that like a falafel ball?
Just like it, but
Once
bigger.
Upon a Time in America, Monty Python and the Holy Grail, Memento, Blair Witch Project, The Vanishing, the American version, which he's right, that's a good choice, and Johnny Darko. WQAM, hello.
If memory serves me correctly, you ain't seen nothing yet with Mad Dog's schedule. Last year around the holidays, Christmas holidays,
Yeah.
I think he was gone around the 16th and came back around Tisha B'Av sometime.
Good for him. Nice going, Mad Dog. We like it.
That's perfect for that guy. Hey, did you ever make mention of this thing that the drug cop in Rush Limbaugh's doing, where he's giving these his newsletter to servicemen? Did you hear about that?
No.
He's not giving it to him. You have to as a listener or a subscriber to his newsletter, you have to subscribe to it. Pay Rush, and then Rush.
Well, my suggestion is don't subscribe and quit listening. Okay, that's the only reason he knows that. It's because he's obviously listening. I can't deal with that. It just drives me nuts. Why would you be listening to that fascist pill-popping hypocrite? Okay, that tub of garbage, who's on the air every day with Hillary Clinton just killed 15 more people and all this other. He's just a lying sack of garbage. Okay, one of the world's biggest hypocrites. All the drug dealers ought to be put to death. They ought to be on death row right now, and they're destroying the fabric of our country. And then, of course, come to find out, he's doctor shopping, he's pill popping, his hearing is going because he's taking so many oxys, and all this crap about back pain my ass. Okay, you are a pain in the ass, Rush, you pill popping phony. Anyway, 5670560. What did that have to do with anything? Pound 560 in the Verizon and Singular Wireless line. That was probably Joel Feinberg's boyfriend. Just stirring the pot, baby, stirring it up. Too bad you still got those shares, Joel. You're not doing nothing. WQAM, hello.
Hey, Neil, how's it going, man?
Yes, sir.
I got one for you, Paul.
Okay.
Smoking weed, my favorite personal pastime. And
for today's poll. See, now I got my polls confused.
Yeah, for today's.
Okay.
Okay, and I want to wish Mo good luck in his negotiations, and to remember, you can do it! Yeah, baby!
Smoking weed, you got it?
We're gonna put
I bet you do. See, I'm confused with all these different polls now. 5670560. Let's do another one, just to cross everybody up.
Right. Let's start one on Mondays.
No, just another one, not for any day. Just a stunt poll. Oh, I've seen some of those. WQAM, hello.
Hey, Neil.
Yes, sir.
The bridges at Toko Re. Remember when William Holden died down there in the ditch?
I saw that so many hundred years ago that.
Yeah, that was a pretty sad ending on there.
What's the name of it again? The bridges of what?
Of Toko Re.
Toko Re.
Yeah.
How you be spelling that?
I think it's T-O-K.
I better check. I better Google it.
Yeah, it's with William Holden and Mickey Rooney was.
Yeah, I remember the movie. I just saw it about another lifetime.
Yeah. Okay.
Thanks. You Google it so I know how to spell, because I got to put this poll together. I got to write it up here so I can fax it to Eric. See, that's another reason this is a very bad idea. I actually have to do like a very minuscule amount of work. I have to like print this out. Bridges of Toko Re, T-O-K-O.
I'm looking.
R-I.
Indeed, T-O-K-O-R-I.
I see.
The bridges at Toko Re.
T-O-K-O dash R. Got it.
Capital R-I.
Well, excuse me.
Yeah, right.
I got it.
Right.
5670560, pound 560 in the Verizon and Singular Wireless line. So many bad endings to so many movies in so little time. Movies with good endings. Clockwork Orange had a great ending.
Yes, it did.
That was fine. Only too bad that we don't still have that ceramic rocking thing.
I'm sure it's still around somewhere.
WQAM, hello.
Hey there.
Yes, sir.
I'd like to, am I on the air?
It sounds like you. It sounds like you're your twin brother.
Scream. At the end of Scream,
Yeah. Oh, I thought it was a command. Now it's the name of a movie, right?
those two guys ended up being the killers. They had a pretty good scary movie going on there for a second, and then it ended up being the two jerks that were supposedly the killers. I don't know.
Who was it supposed to be?
Should have been someone, I don't know. Should have been...
somebody else.
Scary
Well,
Matt.
this guy said, see, there's George for you. I'm giving you a hard time. Okay, this guy didn't like the ending, and he's entitled. Okay, I'm putting it on here. Don't pay any attention to him, sir. He's just another Ojan provocateur. Have a great life.
Thank you very much.
It's a teen slaughter movie that ended like they always do. Somebody did it.
And isn't it a farce?
Scream?
What
No.
am I thinking of?
You're thinking of Scary Movie.
Scary Movie, parts 1 through 100, right. I don't know if I saw Scream. I've seen several Screamers.
I mean, in a killer movie, you find out at the end who the killer is.
In fact, I've seen a lot of Screamers. 5670560, pound 560 in the Verizon and Singular wireless line, especially here. WQAM, hello.
Yes, good afternoon. Good morning, Neil.
Good evening, sir. Yes, how you doing?
Damn it, I almost spilled my whitefish. Listen, I'm on a bit of a 24-hour delay. The two from yesterday, I was thinking Peter Worrell and maybe Art Teal, but the location.
What about Johnny Jones?
Johnny Jones and
and the golden plumbing fixtures, huh?
Gold plumbing caper, exactly.
Yeah.
This game Boulevard.
Now, Robert
item
Wagner's
2.
the only one that pulls capers. It was something else.
Listen, item 2.
I do like capers. You ever have capers in your pizza?
Yeah, you were thinking of Tark's Restaurant by the old McDonald's on Arch Creek.
No.
It was Tark's. It was
no, there was the Gourmet Diner or something.
Gourmet Diner across the street.
Right,
exactly.
on the other side of the street, on the eastbound going north on US 1.
Exactly, and they had the old New England Oyster House was over there.
Oh, I love that, man. I've talked about that many times. That was one. They had the best chowder in history of mankind.
You're a
The
beanhead from
Oyster
Boston.
House.
Listen, for the lady who doesn't like the wax in the shillelagh, or was it estoy estrangulando el pollo para acá?
Right, exactly. Okay, see ya.
Okay,
Speaking English. Speaking English. Boy, he was just, you talk about magic mushrooms. This guy was just flying. He had a good flying machine, man. Because he was on it. 10:57 at 560 WQAM. Happy Thursday. I want to say Friday, I'm telling you.
I know.
You might just open that pot tomorrow before you smoke it and find I'm not here. You won't even hear City Pulse News at 8 o'clock. You notice that you could just about set your life by that it's right at 8 o'clock when you start hearing that audio from here?
Right.
And I guess it's because I get up 7:57 in the morning.
Okay.
Not 7:54, not 7:56, 7:57. I don't know why. It just works for me. You know what I'm saying?
No, do you not have an alarm?
Yes.
Okay.
But my alarm almost never goes off. In other words, I wake up about a couple of times. I wake up at 5:15. I think, I got 2.5 hours to sleep. Hallelujah, and I fall right back to sleep. Then I wake up at about 7:45, and I lie there and I keep opening my eyes, look at the clock, 7:51, 7:53, and then before the alarm goes off, I reach over and shut it off. Almost every day. You don't? Your alarm actually goes off?
Oh, yeah, and then I hit that snooze 3 times.
Oh, I hate that. I hate when that alarm goes off. And mine goes beep, 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 and it keeps getting louder. Beep, beep,
no,
beep,
I got
beep.
some music
beep, beep.
on.
And I hate that.
Music on real low. I hate that buzzing. No.
Yeah. 10:57 at 560 WQAM. Pompano Park Racing and Poker is back in business after Hurricane Wilma.
Oh!
Featuring live harness racing in our great poker card room, Pompano Park reopens tomorrow, Friday, December 2nd. And best of all, admission and parking, like always, are always free at Pompano Park. Come root home a winner from the rail or enjoy poker in the smoke-free card room with tournaments every day. There's also harness, thoroughbred, highlight simulcasting action every day, 7 days a week, from tracks all across the nation. And across Canada, too, eh? Live racing and poker is scheduled every Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday. Post time 7:25 p.m., and the card room opens at noon. Pompano Park, a block south of Atlantic Boulevard on Powerline Road. For more information on the current racing schedule, call 954-972-2000 or visit their website at pompanopark.com. Pompano Park, horsepower and poker you can plunge your guts on. Don't forget, live racing is back in business starting tomorrow, Friday, December the 2nd.
This is Neil Rogers. This is 560 QAM.
The further review, Buffalo still sucks. Oh!
Well, Buffalo has a football team, the greatest in the land. And everybody thinks they're great, because they really are. The Buffalo Bills are the number one. See what I mean? So just sing along.
When you say Miami,
when you say Buffalo,
Super Bowl.
And hear the Buffalo Bills. Buffalo Bills. They're the greatest team in the history of the human race. They're the Buffalo Bills. They're the greatest thing since sliced bread and canned beer. Yeah, there you go. And you jazz up that redneck stuff. You listen to that banjo. Holy sweet God, listen to that. When you say Buffalo Bills, it don't sound so rednecky, do it? Everybody sing along now. Are you Bill fans? Here we go. Well, the Buffalo Bills are the best team. They have the best record over the last 5 years. And they went to the Super Bowl 4 times, which is more than I can say for this scum-sucking fish. And they're the greatest, because I really like their uniforms. They sure as hell beat the heck out of having a fish on the helmet, because they're the Buffalo Bills. The best football team what I ever seen in the history of my life. They are the Buffalo Bills. The Buffalo Bills. The home of Jim Kelly, the greatest quarterback in the league. Yeah, everybody, the Buffalo Bills. They're the Buffalo Bills. And they've been around longer than the stinking rotten fish. Well, they're the Buffalo Bills. Buffalo Bills. What would you rather have as a pet, a buffalo or a fish?
Boy, I was just on the verge of a good sneeze, too.
Oh,
I couldn't quite get it out. 11:02 at 560 WQM. Here's a fact that's really very sad. It says, my vote for the poll, peeing in the shower. Well, who denies peeing in the shower?
I don't know. I'm sure somebody does.
Well, no. You want to put that on there?
Yeah, sure. Why not?
Okay, put it on. And I noticed we got smokes weed twice. Once with a small S and once with a capital S.
Oh, I guess Josh and I both put it on there.
Oops. So if you smoke So if you smoke a big fat one, it's got a capital S and just a small, like a pin joint, with a small S. Like Clarence Token Thomas. The fact says, also last night on the news, they showed Joe Areola, Miami City manager, when asked about David Samson, his quote was, they sent a boy to do a man's job. Oh, man. How do you like that for a shot, huh? Poor little David Samson, they sent a boy to do a man's job. That is unbelievable.
We did it!
Yeah, I'll bet. That is pathetic. The city of Miami has more skyscrapers under construction in downtown and Brooklyn than any city's ever had in history, it says, including New York in the 30s, Hong Kong, etc. They've got millions of dollars sitting around that they don't know what to do with, and they want to build a stadium, and still Samson is such a moron he couldn't cut a deal. Also, could you please play My Ding-a-Ling by Chuck Berry?
No.
I don't think so. You go play it. 5670560, tomorrow's poll, what movie had the most unacceptable ending? We're doing two polls at once. Well, I could comment on that, but Joyce would really get all nervous and start hyperventilating and squeezing her kneecaps. Boy, I bet you she farts up a storm when this show's on here.
And pees
Can you
in the
imagine?
shower.
Huh?
And pees in the shower.
Oh, that's Chuck Berry in my thing-a-ling.
Yep, that's yours.
WQAM, hello.
Yeah, good afternoon, Uncle Neil.
Yes, sir, good evening.
Yeah, for the poll, I don't know if you could word it, but like, people gamble and they lose, but they always claim they win.
Oh, I know some people like that.
Yeah, so I don't know how you could word it. But,
Excuse me for blowing my nose on here, but I don't want to sneeze here. Yeah.
Okay. That's my thing.
How about lose their ass gambling?
Exactly.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, lose their ass gambling is good.
All right.
Which I do that, but I don't deny it. I mean, what's the point of lying about it? If you lie about your losses, that means you've got a serious problem.
Mm-hmm.
And like I tried to tell the Humper, gambling is not my life. With some people, it's, but you know what? If it's their money, it's their business.
Right.
As long as they pay their bills and their life goes on, and that's the way it is.
I guess the thing is you want to be seen as a good gambler and not a degenerate.
No, you want to be seen as a hotshot. I mean, like my late friend Fat Rich. Oh, I had the super. I had the 2 over the 170. And he never talked about the weeks at a time when he couldn't cash a ticket, in a fixed race. It's just one of those things. People like to talk about their successes and overlook their failures. And in their mind, if they have a compulsive gambling problem in their mind, they also put that out of the. They put it somewhere in the back of the brain where it doesn't register no more.
Mm-hmm.
Like putting something way in the back of a drawer, in the back of your drawers. 769 votes on the poll. We might get to 1,000 on this one today. What do you think? Didn't have the usual tremendous start because I didn't put it on there until 11 o'clock last night. Yeah, you're never going to know when we're going to put the new poll on there. going to play with your emotions. You'll have to go back and keep checking and checking, which maybe you'll actually read some of the stories on there then or not, and look at some of those great naked pictures.
Mm-hmm.
WQAM, hello.
Neil, I got one for one of your many polls.
Yes, sir.
And this movie is very representative of this country. Up in Smoke.
Okay.
Kevin, you quisling.
You fairy. Up in Smoke. Which
All
means
right.
what?
I don't get it. I don't know.
That Cheech and Chong?
Right.
He didn't like the end of the movie.
I don't remember the end of the movie. So.
I don't remember the movie, period. I don't think I ever saw the movie.
I did.
I'm one of these potheads like you that like obsessed with that ganj, man, just obsessed. Sitting there rolling and picking the seeds out and like picking the little branches and twigs. Right. Oh, God.
You're not supposed to smoke the branches, you know.
Well, that's why you got to pick them out. When in doubt, pick them out, and the branches, too.
Right,
that goes back to one of the selections on our poll. 5670560. Well, I guess it's better to pick the branches out of there than to pick a branch out of your...
Rectum.
WQAM, hello.
Who did more for Mexican food, the taco or the quesadilla?
WQAM, hello.
Hola.
Yeah, Beaner, what do you got?
Hola.
That's it. Good material, huh? Mm-hmm. 5670560. What movie had the most unacceptable ending? I thought we'd have a huge thing, because I don't want to put this poll on there and just have Michael come out of the tea room with just that in his hands.
Right. His Bic lighter.
His Bic lighter in his hands, that's right. Or his falafel balls. WQAM, hello.
How you doing?
Good.
Am I a winner?
What is it?
Yes, you're a winner.
Okay.
No, you sound like a loser to me. 5670560. So in other words, they're done with tomorrow's poll already. Let's go work on Mondays. Let's work on Mondays now. They're done with that. There got to be like 50,000 movies with horrendous endings. They just can't remember what they are. Like Lassie Come Home. That wasn't too good. WQAM, hello.
Hey, Neil, how are you?
Okay, sir.
I got one for the poll.
That was bad when they found out Lassie was a girl after all that time. Yes, sir.
I use a disposable dick.
Yeah, okay, good. I'll tell you where to stick it.
Rectum.
WQAM, hello. QAM.
Hello, Neil.
Yes.
How you doing? I think the ending of The Passion was unacceptable.
The ending of what?
He got up and walked away.
The ending of what?
The Passion of the Christ.
What is this man saying? Have you got, like 20 pounds of mush in his mouth? What is he saying?
The Passion of the Christ.
Oh, the Passion of the Christ. Couldn't understand a word this idiot is saying.
Oh, he was
man alive. Remember what you were saying before the show?
Yep.
Anybody who doubts this business about Major League City, man, this is the cesspool of the universe, South Florida. Make no mistake about it. Buffalo is like, I don't know what, but the anus of all mankind. But South Florida is a cesspool. It's an outdoor funeral parlor and cesspool.
Mm-hmm.
And all this business about all the big buildings going up and high rises. You know something? Who gives a crap? Buildings don't make a great city. Ball clubs don't make a great city. People make a great city. The kind of people, the kind of leaders, the kind of life, the kind of what's going on, the kind of, you know what I'm saying? And, of course, in South Florida,
I have no life.
There is no life. Oh, they're showing that scaffolding again, like that glass smearing. Oh, they love that. In gusting winds, scaffolding runs amok. Oh, jeez.
And there's two guys on there. Probably messing themselves, I would imagine.
Oh, there are two guys on there. Maybe that's where that guy was that was sitting next to me last night. Maybe he was on that scaffold. Because, boy, he sure did a number in his pantaloonies. I'm serious. There are smells I've encountered in the last year and a half in that place that I never even smelt before in my life. I thought, when you get to be an old fart like me, you assume that, you even know what an old fart smells like. Especially if you've been wearing the same clothing for days on end. But good God. What is that, and is it what died in there? What dead animal are you sitting on? WQAM, hello.
Phone anonymous.
WQAM, hello. QAM.
Hey there. I got a new subject for your poll, for your next poll, Monday or Tuesday.
Yeah.
Okay. Bumper stickers you'd like to see.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, what do you got?
Different rhymes,
Okay.
it must be true.
Yeah.
Florida's not a state, it's a planet.
Uh-huh.
I'm neither old nor drunk, I'm on the phone.
Uh-huh.
And
I
here's
think both. 56705, all three. 5670560, pound 560 on Evil. Right, like I said, what kind of demographic are we aiming for when we put Citizen Kane on that poll? You're too old for this show, okay, sir? You're too old for this show. You're too old. We don't talk to old yentas on this show, okay? Call up the light bulb. Call up the Norma Kent show if he's still on the air somewhere. Call up Joyce Kaufman. Or just call up Joyce over there in Naples. Get out of our face and out of our life. This is chronic, just chronic. 30 years, man.
About 30, man.
Oh, 30 years, and it's the same old, tired voices, these old cockers from like the first day I sat down with the cat. Good golly, Miss Molly. When are you going to die already? Jesus, Kate, Christ. What do we got on today's poll? Because they obviously got no more movies, which means I can go through my pile without having to feel like guilty about it. I thought we'd build a nice, really strong list for tomorrow. 791 votes on today's poll, which is also yesterday's poll. Despite their denials, everyone loves to fart. 168. We're going to put,
I just farted, as a matter of fact, right when you were.
Oh, how is it? Well, it's probably not that good because Josh is in the other room, and if it starts seeping through the glass...
It's very cool and dry, this one.
If he starts, like, tearing up a little bit, you'll know.
No, that was a safe one. Very light.
Loves to fart, 169. Chokes the chicken, 152. I sure hope I don't have that bird flu. Has sexual fantasies, 114. Picks their nose, 82. Rhymes with flu. Lies, 79. Enjoys porno, 55. Listens to Neil Royers, 45. Especially in your community. They lie like hell about that. Neil Royer, comunista, maricón. And yeah, they're listening. Cheats on their taxes, 19. Knows W stole the 2000 and 2004 elections, 18. Look, very good. Look at that. Josh got both of them in there. Eats their booger, 17. Tickles the taco, 15. Loves garbage TV, 10. Picks their butt, 9. Smokes weed, 4. Uses body wash, 3. Peeing in the shower, 2. Fears death, 1. And loses their ass gambling, none so far. No, I don't know any gamblers who ever lose. All the gamblers I know win every time. We never lose. I had the super. Yeah. Well, guess what? The horse was pacing in the stretch. It was a trot, Rich. They took the horse down. Oh, gee, I didn't have the super. They took him down. I had the 2 over the... Yeah, big deal. Good luck to you.
Now,
11:30. What was that?
I was going to say, if I remember correctly, you said you weren't going back to Woodbine. I was just going to bring that up for you.
Changed my mind. I said I was never going to eat ice cream again, too, didn't I?
Right.
Changed my mind. Said I was going to use that Mach 3 Turbo Mach Schnell razor, too. Changed my mind. See, I like keeping my options open in life. Because the way I look at it, I've been working a long time for my money. I'll do whatever the hell I want with it. That's number one. Number two, I'm not here to impress anybody with how hip and... Because I'm not hip. I'm an old fart. And even when I was young, I wasn't hip. I was as square as a cardboard box. I was one of the 15 most boorish people on the face of the earth as a young person. And I'm still in the list.
No.
What?
You're a hipster. You're a ding-dong daddy, man.
Yeah.
You're really there.
I'm about... Well, compared to certain people... Yeah. Let me tell you, you don't have to be a hipster. You just have to be smart to do your shoe shopping at Brandy's Shoes, because that's where you'll find the most comfortable fit in your favorite style of shoes at unbeatable prices. And all the top brands that you know and love and covet are waiting for you at Brandy's. Names like Rockport, Florsheim, Echo, Mephisto, SAS, New Balance, and lots more. And Brandy's professional shoe fitters will make sure you got a customized fit of your favorite comfort shoe. Just ask for Arnie. He'll make damn sure you get the perfect fit at the right price. And Brandy's specialize in wide widths as well. Brandy's really understand fit and comfort. You will not waddle out of there with uncomfortable shoes that aren't the perfect fit. You'll have a perfect fit every time and save a lot of cash, too. So Brandy's is worth the trip from just about any place in South Florida. That's why they're still around so long. For comfort, style, fit, value, and selection, always think first Brandy's Shoes. And you'll find them at 1290 North Federal Highway in Pompano Beach. Open daily, Monday through Saturday till 9, and every Sunday till 5. And this week is a stupendous, smart time to buy SAS shoes at Brandy's. Men's and women's SAS styles are on sale. Take 20, 30,
About 30, man.
even $40 off selected SAS styles. So be sure to get your ass into Brandy's this week or do your shoe shopping in their most prestigious website at brandysshoes.com.
This is Neil Rogers. This is 560 QAM.
Neil, this is Randy West. And if you can't tell the difference between me and Ron Jeremy, you should try girls.
This station presents Real American Heroes.
Real American Heroes.
Today, we salute you, Mr. Egghead Jeopardy contestant.
Mr. Egghead Jeopardy contestant.
You, sir, are imbued with the God-given gift to respond to questions that are actually answers with answers that are actually questions.
And you get every single one right.
Yes, you've accumulated a vast fortune, Mr. Egghead Jeopardy contestant, with a head full of knowledge and a fistful of butter.
You've made more money than her.
And you're a whole lot funnier than Alex.
But that's not really saying much.
I'll say. So the next time you think you're smart enough to be on that show, plop your brains on the couch and drop your jaw in salute to Mr. Egghead Jeopardy contestant, a real American hero.
Mr. Egghead Jeopardy contestant.
Sorry, form of a question, please.
Okay, 11:19 at 560 WQAM. War of the World says the facts here, and I would agree with that. Either virgin.
Okay.
It says the ending sucked no matter who was in control, H.G. Wells, Orson Welles, George's pal, or Steven Spielberg.
A little bit of a cop-out ending, but the second movie was just a tragic.
Tragic?
Yeah.
Well, okay, there you go. We don't need to put which virgin. Okay, War of the World. That's for tomorrow's pool. Now, for yesterday's pool, 5-6...
Let's start working on
what? Now, what the hell was yesterday's poll? Oh, yesterday's poll.
Who's
done
it more
for the Jewish community? Eddie Cantor or
Eddie
Jeff
Ishmael.
Benny? Or Ish Kabibble. Yeah, he did a lot. Do you know that the announcer at one of the Chicago racetracks, his name was Ish Kabibble?
Get it.
At least that was his name. So he said. Didn't you ever hear him call the races? Sportsman's Park? Ish Kabibble.
I'm about to fart.
He was the cynosure. Oh, that was Phil George F. The cynosure of the racing world. 5670560. Are you farting up a storm in there? It's that BLT hoagie thing.
With the extra bacon.
I'm going to tell you, man, the best hoagie I ever had in my life. Oh, geez. I was at Bello Snyder's camp. I was 16 years old in the Adirondack Mountains, Fourth Lake, New York, by Inlet, New York. And we used to walk into town, and they had a sub shop. Of course, in those days, it was like Boston-style hoagies and grinders. Oh, those were the days. There have been few things that good in life. Just phenomenal. It's not just the passage of all these 400 years in between. It's, that waxes eloquent about how great that was. No. And what I'm saying, sometimes the passage of time makes you feel that things were a lot better than they were.
Right.
Like the Brigham's Hot Fudge Sundays in Boston. They were too small, number one. And they were like, what's the big deal with a hot fudge sundae? Unless, of course, it's on fish food or Nestle's Turtle. See, there you go with that ice cream again. Start pushing that again. I haven't had no ice cream in about 4 or 5 days. Well, let's see, Saturday or Sunday, about 4 or 5 days. And there you go, pushing it again, pushing ice cream. The good news is Hank didn't have any ice cream yesterday. What did he say? He had like 16 Homentaschen left over from last pour?
Something like that.
I'd be getting a little bit stale by right now. But when you're a big fat pig like a lot of us, I don't want to say the humpers. Like I said, when you're a big fat pig, you eat whatever's around. When you're stealing a pizza or when you're like eating last year's pastries or that chocolate rousse. What was that thing called?
What thing?
That Brian Bloom was eating in Once Upon a Time in America, and it's not what you're thinking either.
I don't know.
He brought her the pastry. It had like a little cherry on top.
But like I saw that movie 20 years ago.
And then he reached
more.
in there. First, he just ate the cherry.
Then
he put a little whipped cream, he tried to get like a finger of the whipped cream, and then he decided he just pushed the whole thing and he just left.
Yeah.
Said this was a hell of a lot more delicious than that bitch. WQAM, hello. And I think he had a point. QAM.
Good morning, Neil.
Yes, sir.
A plea to the audience this Christmas: boycott Chinese-made products. Except for that SpongeBob, he's so adorable.
WQAM, hello.
Neil, God.
Yes, sir.
Hey, I was watching. I don't have cable because I refuse to pay $60 to sit on my couch.
Yeah.
So I was watching the Bible Network, and who was on there? Stephen Baldwin, the blonde kid.
Right.
One of the unbelievable.
Well, I'm glad you enjoyed it. 5670560, pound 560 in the Verizon and Singular Wireless lines. That sounded like your friend, by the way.
Did.
WQAM, hello.
Hi, Neil.
Probably spends all his time on the couch in the prone position. Yes, sir.
Yeah, it's a Charlotte Russe, first of all.
I think that's what I was calling it, but I don't know what that is, though. What is that?
It's sort of a sponge cake on the bottom. They put paper around it and then whipped cream on top of that, and you push it up from the bottom. There's a cherry on top
Do
of that.
you remember that scene?
Vaguely.
But I know
you didn't see the movie, though. Didn't you see the movie?
Yeah, I've seen the movie a few times.
Yeah.
But Charlotte Roos. And
Okay.
can I just say one thing on the movies that people should watch?
Please.
The Grapes of Wrath. It'll tell you everything about the economic system of this country.
Okay.
Okay?
Thanks,
That's
Pally.
about it, Neely.
Okay.
Take it easy.
Happy Pace-Off. Don't forget, drink the grapes of broth on with the holidays, too, on Yom Kippur especially. Too late now. Or at least on Rosh Hashanah. Don't be drinking that on Yom Kippur. That's bad. They'll mark that down. When you get to the squirrely gates. Now, let's see. Do the Jews talk to St. Peter, too? Because St. Peter is a goy. So who do the Jews talk to when they go to the squirrely gates? St. Moshe?
Right? Yeah, well, Moshe, he's right there, isn't he?
No, seriously. It can't be. How about St. Abraham?
Okay.
There can't be no saint anybody. The Jews don't got no saints.
Right. Saints
who
alive.
Who played the saint?
Oh.
Roger. He also played Roger Moore, wasn't it?
Was it? I never watched The Saint.
Neither did I. But I think Google it. The Saint. Look up Roger Moore, who played also Sean Connery. Played 007. He was Sean Connery was 007. Period. That's it.
I was just telling that to my
Pierce
daughter the other
Brosnan
day.
ain't no.
Forget about
I'm telling
it.
you, there are
Right.
certain characters in movies, and there's one actor or actress who played them, and then there's no point. I'm telling you.
I know. You're right.
Bela Lugosi was Dracula. Peter Cushing was not Dracula, never will be.
Nope.
Basil Rathbone was Sherlock Holmes, and nobody else ever will be. So there's no point in remaking all this stuff. Just bring back the old grainy films, and we'll enjoy them a lot.
No,
Thank you.
Bram Stoker's Dracula was good.
Let me say it again. Bela Lugosi was Dracula.
Look,
there ain't going to be no...
you
Who
can't
was the
just
Dracula there? Frank Langella?
Are you kidding me? That was
Frank
the worst
Vanilla?
Dracula movie ever.
Who?
The Frank Langella Dracula movie.
I don't know. I didn't see Bram because I don't watch these ersatz movies. I watch the real thing.
Gary Oldman was the Bram Stoker.
Gary
Dracula.
Oldman?
Yeah.
Where's he from? Sunrise?
Very good actor.
Well, I'm happy for him. He still ain't no Dracula, baby. I'm telling you right now.
It was
just like the
completely
Hunchback of Notre Dame. That was like
Very different.
or Parsegian, wasn't it? I mean, Lon Chaney Sr. and Joe
nobody-
Marsh Jr.
Nobody did the Hunchback like what's his name? Anthony Perkins. Anthony
Perkins?
Anthony Hopkins. Sorry, got my Anthony's crossed.
Anthony Perkins, my
Anthony
God.
Hopkins. Sorry, yeah, wrong guy.
And just like that, there's only one Hannibal Lecter. Right? Speaking of Anthony Hopkins. Could there be anybody else play that role and have any credibility? Absolutely not.
Brian Cox did a good job. He was the first one. Just because he didn't go...
Yeah. Was that before or after he sued Phil Henry? 5670560. Oh, God, I got so many good drop-ins here.
Yeah,
we can't
no,
play them no
just,
more.
let
Oh,
'em
gee,
go,
so
let 'em
sad.
go.
So sad, the freedoms that we've lost. And by the way, for anybody who used to say, oh, the Neil Rogers show, all it is burping and farting. We can't even play the farting sounds anymore, and that's been for like a year and a half, and we're still kicking big fat ass. How do you like that, huh? Oh, that's all it is just a bunch of fart sounds. I know some shows that are just basically a bunch of boobs and fart sounds, and they seem to be doing pretty damn well, so to hell with it. I can't wait to get to this thing about the Sun-Sentinel and the Herald. Same subject, and they got two conflicting stories in here. Miami officials to decide soon whether to build a new Orange Bowl stadium, says the Sun-Sentinel headline, and the Herald, Orange Bowl won't be torn down. It's not just the headlines that conflict, it's the body of the story, like two totally different versions of it. Man, oh man. Oh, let's build a stadium on every street corner, okay, so everybody can play, okay? You're struggling. Let's build another stadium on every street corner so QM we have like 10 more sports stations. And then Greg can have just a nervous breakdown, just like spaz out in the hallway. Oh, what are we going to do? Not just 790. We can have like 15 different sports channels on the air. And bring down 15 Sid Rosenbergs who got canned in New York and put their ass on the air. That is so pathetic. You are so desperate, Joel.
Oh.
Why don't you just have Barry write it in tomorrow's column? Joel Feinberg, I'm desperate over here. You sure are. God, I wouldn't be surprised him to put Pharrell on the air. Yeah.
They did.
See, and he doesn't have to worry about keeping the license because he doesn't own the license. Dennis Collins and Jefferson Pilot own that license. So he doesn't have to worry about that until he winds up in the court. See, I'm gagging on it. We hate you, Joel, and we'll do anything in our power to hurt you, physically and emotionally, and in the book, although you don't need our help. 835 votes on today's poll, not to be confused with tomorrow's poll about the bad endings in movies. Let's see. Despite their denials, everyone loves to fart, 181, chokes it, 158, has sexual fantasies, 116, picks their nose, 83, lies, 80. Enjoys porno, 58. Listens to Neil Rogers, 46. Knows W stole the 2 elections, 25. Cheats on their taxes, 20. Eats their boogers, 17. How come that doesn't have more votes?
Because maybe a lot of people don't.
Yeah, they lie. You're lying. You never ate a booger.
Me?
Yeah.
Maybe
Come
when I
on.
was 3.
Oh, yeah. Oh, jeez. Get out of here.
All right.
Man.
All right, how about this? Not that I can remember.
You do it subconsciously, man. You're picking there like you're just
right.
picking off the corner of your finger. What you do?
Yeah, I don't think so.
You are so full of crap. Do you believe in Josh?
Hold on, I'm throwing up in the garbage can right now.
Okay.
He doesn't do it either.
Are you saying that you do? Like every once in a while?
Sure. No, not all the time.
Dab it on the tongue.
How do you think I gained all this weight? Tickles the Taco 15.
Salty.
Well, I got this big Jewish nose, you know.
I understand.
It's loaded. Loves garbage TV 10. Picks their butt 9. Smokes weed 7. Fears death 4. Uses body wash 4. Pees in the shower 3. And loses their ass gambling only 1. That's probably me.
This is Neil Rogers. This is 560 QAM.
My junior, honey.
Hey, stupid!
I know someone who is really fat and ugly too. And I think it's true that he must weigh a ton or 2. Who I'm referring to is Hank Goldberg. Hank Goldberg, Monday Night TV. He's on with Jimmy Cephalo. And it's plain to see he's bigger than a buffalo.
Absolutely.
He should be in a zoo. Fat Hank Goldberg, Hank Goldberg. Hank Goldberg looks like a buffalo toad in a suit. Toad in a suit. The fact he's fat is something that no one can refute. So don't put any food near Hank Goldberg. Hank Goldberg. Oh, 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 oh,
Oh!
oh, oh.
That was. See, I told you I was going to polish off a lot of old stuff we haven't played in a long time.
Yeah.
Did I tell you that?
You did?
Haven't played that in years.
No.
And with all due apologies to the Humper, the fact is, put the food down, okay? We'd like to keep you around for a while. Put down that Homentashen, okay? It's old and stale and going to kill you. Tear your kishkis out. As President Bush launched a new effort yesterday to gain public support for the Iraq War, a new poll found that most Americans don't believe he's got a plan that'll achieve victory. But the CNN USA Today Gallup poll released last night also found nearly 6 in 10 dumb Americans said U.S. troops should not be withdrawn from Iraq until certain goals are achieved. What those goals are, of course, nobody knows, but just 35% want to set a specific timetable for their exit. White House officials unveiled a 35-page plan yesterday to achieve success. Let's see. The poll doesn't reflect on his speech because they hadn't seen it. Only 10% of the 660 adult Americans polled had seen it live, and 2/3 hadn't even heard or read news coverage about it. What speech? Among poll respondents, 55% say they don't believe Bush has a plan that will achieve victory for the U.S. in Iraq. 41% thought he did. He's just not telling us. Asked about Bush's handling of the Iraq War, 44% thought he was doing a good job, and 54% said it was poor, crap, garbage. That's pathetic. Ought to be like 94%. But then again, we got some people out there in total denial. We're killing those evildoers, and we're taking our safe from terrorism. In fact, we're so safe now that we're letting people take switchblades and all kinds of good stuff on their planes and have food fights and fist fights and knife fights. We're going to get some real sharp... We're going to get the knife set from Ron Popeil and give it to everybody who's in first class on a plane so they can have some real sharp instruments.
Hell,
that's how confident we are that we were winning the war on terror. Wait till you hear this, speaking of gambling and plunging your guts out. A former armored car driver who turned herself in after more than a decade in hiding pleaded guilty yesterday in a $2.9 million heist on the Vegas Strip. Heather Tallchief. That's her name, Tallchief.
Well, she's an engine, I guess.
33, surrendered in September in Vegas after living for years in Amsterdam under an assumed name. Amsterdam. Her lawyer said she was tired of hiding and wanted her son to have a normal life. She was probably living on the,
What?
Kudam.
The Rue de Armored Car
That's
Robbers?
in Berlin, though. Well, what am I thinking about? I can't think of the name of the street. Oh, on Weiseldrach. Tallchief pleaded guilty to bank and credit union embezzlement and passport fraud. She could get up to 40 years in federal prison at sentencing March 2nd, but her lawyer, Robert Axelrod, said he was confident she'd get no more than 10 years. Well, what a bargain that is. She came here to admit her responsibility, to accept her responsibility, and face the music. There you go, Josh. She came to face the music, okay? Your turn next. So don't start stuttering now. Yeah. Tallchief acknowledged driving an armored car full of cash from the Circus Hotel Casino to a rented garage in '93 and helping her boyfriend, Roberto Solis. I wonder if he came to Alex Solis, the jockey. Roberto Solis loaded the money into another vehicle. The couple then fled the country to Amsterdam. They were living on the Kaisergracht. Tallchief has said that Solis brainwashed her into committing the crime. Solis, an ex-convict, and the father of Tallchief's son, remains a fugitive. Maybe they were living in the Pipe or just smoking one. You know there's a part of town in Amsterdam called the Pipe, P-I-J-P, the Pipe.
No, what's it all about?
That's where I had my apartment, the Pipe. Well, everybody's smoking it. I don't know. That's where that horrible apartment was where I was sick all the time, where the bedrooms were down in the basement and it was like moldy and the spiders were as big as bowling balls. Oh, jeez. What a wicked web we weave. Axelrod told the judge that Tallchief doesn't know where the money is and hasn't seen Solis in 10 years. Tallchief agreed to repay the stolen amount from any money she receives from a book or movie deal. How much was it? Oh, only $2.9 million. They probably would make a good movie about that. It's better than some of those stupid like Oceans 15 and 17. Oh, I'm so tired of that crap. You know, there's another movie that did not need to be remade.
Like caper movies.
Yeah, caper movies with Robert Wagner. Oh, brother. I used to love the way he looked, man. When he was a young man, he was one of the fun. But one thing consistently about him, he couldn't act worth a crap, number one. And number two, he was one of the most wooden. He made Bob Woodward seem like the life of the party. Like a Mexican jumping bean. That's how
Robert Wagner was wooden?
Yes.
Natalie Wooden?
Yeah. He was a stiff. He was a stiff. And now she is. And in fact, the big thing about his role in with Mike Myers is that's the whole thing, is that he was wooden. Mm-hmm. And now it's, Rob Lowe was so great reprising the role of Robert. Yeah, great what? Hey, Rob,
you failed.
Give me a break. Oh, God. Just like these Oscars and all these award shows, they're all patting each other on the back. Oh, you're so great, and you're so wonderful, and it was so marvelous. You know, and 90% of it is politics, and the other 10% just a pile of crap. Good golly, Miss Molly. They spend like about half of their time with going to award shows, eating free rubber chickens, and screaming about how great they are. Couldn't we do something more constructive than those stupid-ass award shows?
No, apparently.
Oh, I used to like Rob Lowe, I must admit that. And see, that's good. Along with picking my nose and doing a little chomping.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, Rob Lowe is...
Yeah, whatever, no problem with him.
Now, he's rehabbed his image now that he's married and got 45 kids by somebody. I don't know who the daddy is. And also, he was on that West Wing thing.
Uh-huh.
But and they offer that show and he went on some other piece of crap?
I don't know. I never had a problem with Rob.
He actually was in a couple of pretty enjoyable
movies. He's an adequate actor. He's just fine, yeah.
What, that was the movie where he played he went to Oxford Blues. Oxford Blues. That was a good movie.
Was it?
Yeah. You didn't see that?
No, I thought it was Class. Maybe I'm thinking of a different movie.
Crass. It was kind of crass. Oxford Blues. He was in some of those, teeny bop kind of, whatever they were.
Oh, yeah. He was in all of those Brat Pack movies.
5670560. What movie had the most unacceptable ending? That's our poll question today. How many votes we got? We got 876. We're going to get our 1,001 from yesterday, too. Wait till we get 1,001 that we haven't even thought up yet.
This is Neil Rogers. Rock solid. This is 560 QAM.
Neil, my queen, God.
Alan Box was a normal man with a wife, children, a summer home in Opelika, and a chain of radio stations. Well, normal that is until just 3 weeks ago.
Hi, honey. How was your day?
Unbelievable. Terminal. There's nothing but subhuman douchebags out there.
Alan Box is suffering from Neil Rogers disease.
Have you canceled the Miami Herald yet?
But, honey, we don't subscribe to the Herald.
Oh, now that's a cop-out. What kind of a lame excuse is that? Just say no to El Herald, sir.
Huh?
People afflicted with Neil Rogers disease have lost the ability to communicate like normal human beings.
What's the matter with you?
Blue-haired old bags from Pembroke Pines. You know, the yentas who say, "Oh, Neil, how can you say those nasty things?" Running around stealing sweet and low.
Can I get you anything?
How about those bag boys at Winn-Dixie? You know, it doesn't hurt to look. Incredible.
Neil Rogers disease, a growing South Florida epidemic. Please help us find a cure.
Honey, it's Friday night. You know what that means.
Hey, you know what I got? A 9. A 9! What's Lee Fowler got? 3 point something?
Send your tax-deductible contributions today in care of Hot 105.
Terminal. Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
Yeah, we heard you the first time. Now, you see, that's one of the reasons I don't go back into the library and play a lot of this old stuff, is they had to do a bleep on that thing.
Oh, well.
Did we all hit it?
No, just you.
Oh. Had the D-bag word in there. Well,
Yeah.
what do you mean just me?
Well,
What if
I was
I would have
busy-
been, like, out in the taking a leak or something?
I was busy lighting a scented candle.
Really? Is that why you were eating your boogers? Why you
No.
were eating Josh's boogers?
No, but it did have to do with Josh. Josh had chili for lunch, not
I see.
without the boogers.
But that's really sad. You know, this business, all these words, and
Yeah,
there's
sad.
there is no basis for it either.
None.
There's no basis
None.
for that. We can say douche, and you know, every now and then you can say it's in the bag, but we just can't say them side by each. Well, what a crock of crap!
Yeah.
And what a bunch of spineless, gutless cowards we got running this place, man. Oh, well, Joyce says this. You know, screw Joyce, okay? She wouldn't know a radio if you stuck 14 of them up her big fat butt. In fact, let's start right now.
I'll go.
So anyway, speaking of Rob Lowe, you know, I did a very stupid thing here. I mean, really stupid.
Yeah?
I printed out Rob Lowe's filmography here. I don't know why.
I'm looking at it here.
And it's like 7,000 movies
Sure,
he's
very
made.
long.
My God.
We were both right. He was in Class and Oxford Blues, which are two different movies.
And there's a picture of him here now. I don't know when this picture was taken. He was born March 17, 1964 in Charlottesville, Virginia, as if anybody cares. And see, a lot of these pretty boy queens, I mean, guys that when they're younger, they look real pretty. And then as they get older, they get into like middle age, and they start looking really fey. You know what I mean? Like,
Gay.
yeah. And he's one of them. Now, you probably haven't noticed because you don't have an eye for that, a straight eye for the fat guy, but I do, believe me.
Okay.
He looks absolutely every day that goes by. But he's got a wife and 48 kids now. He's proven it to everybody. Let's see. Dr. Vegas, Salem's Lot. There's the phone. I bet you it's a package downstairs.
Uh-oh.
The Lion's Den. View from the Top. Austin Powers in Gold Member. Well, we know about that. That's where he was doing the Robert Wagner deal.
Like a toy gun.
Jane Doe. Well, where's some of the old West Wing? Where's some of the older movies where he was like, living and breathing? Boy, I'll tell you one thing, he sure gets a lot of work. St. Elmo's Fire, that's when I was trying to think of.
Bad, horrible movie.
That was good.
Yeah.
In a bad way. It was bad in a good way. I mean, Oxford Blues, Class, The Outsiders, you said that he played Soda Pop Curtis in The Outsiders.
Yeah.
Soda Pop. Hey, Pop. That was one of his first movies, as a matter of fact, The Outsiders.
Everybody,
83.
all the punks were in that movie.
That was the movie with Matt Dillon was in that, and Tommy
Right.
Cruise. Hey, Tommy,
You
was in that.
Wasn't Ralph Macchio in that?
Ralph Macchio, I think, was in there, and also C. Thomas Howell. C. Thomas Jump, C. Thomas Naked was in there. That's one of our favorite movies, by the way, The Hitcher.
No argument.
Now, I'll say this about that movie. The ending was bizarre.
Yeah, don't ruin it now.
They're not going to watch The Hitcher.
Not if you ruin the ending, they won't.
Well, okay. The ending was good.
It was fine. No complaints.
The ending was preceded by that scene where he confronts Rutger Hauer and he like spits on his face.
It was good to the last drop.
Very, very, very pseudo-psychosexual overtone.
See, the good thing about The Hitcher is that you had no idea what was going to happen at any given point. It was full of surprises.
Yeah. Especially the thing with the finger foods.
Yeah.
567-056. That'll teach you people have eaten them fries. I told you them fries would make you puke your guts out. Didn't I tell you that? Do not be eating no fries.
Fries.
Let's get some of these movies with unacceptable endings on the floor, or whatever else you got. You know, if you got something like really important, like David Samson's an idiot, a bulletin like that. We're delighted to hear that, too. Hey, David, guess what? Everybody is laughing at you, man. Take your ball club and go wherever the hell you want, especially with your fire sale. Nobody's going to come out. They're going to revert back to those games with 1,000 people in the stands. Josh, you're going to have lots of elbow room.
We won the World Series.
Not good for you. Oh, boy. Don't play that again. I just get goosebumps when I hear you play that. It sounds
catch
so,
that ass, boy. It's still running.
Yeah. Get a butterfly net for that S. WQAM, hello.
Good shorty.
WQAM, hello.
Yeah, this is Dwayne.
Yeah, Dwayne.
Bill?
What do you got?
This
is Dwayne Allman?
Dwayne Stomp.
Dwayne Stomp. What do you got, Dwayne?
The Boogeyman was terrible. I mean, goodness. I just was never scared throughout the entire movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty awful.
Well, watch out for the Boogeyman. Your mommy should have taught you that a long time ago. Watch out for the Boogeyman. That's what KC said. Watch out for KC.
I saw that movie, but it's one of those cheesy formula, ghost kills everybody movies. I mean, how
right. Oh, there's that phone again. Do a little talk. I wonder what this is.
Oh, damn it. I'm not ready for that. Okay, here we go. This is way better than talking since the guy brought it up. Any excuse to throw this on there.
Right.
Now, is this a song that Howard was singing when you're supposed to be stuttering and dancing?
I just heard this in the background.
Right? Well, let's
It's
face
a
the
fax.
music.
It must be one of those automated things. They're sending a fax to my regular line number, so it must be one of those automated things that dials all
I
the
hate
numbers.
that wrong numbers.
Sorry, wrong number, mister. Sorry, eh? Get lost with your fax. I thought it was something important like Ed McMahon. Or maybe like Jacques Martin, the hockey coach, calling for tips. Tips on tonight's game. We got the Washington Capitals and your Florida Panthers. Alexander Ovechkin and the Craps. And Ole Kolzig and etc. Anybody know who those guys are?
No.
At 7 o'clock tonight. And, Geldy, let me say it again. When the other team scores, I sure wish somebody would talk to that child. See, I don't know how to express this because I think he's, generally speaking, been doing a pretty decent job. He's like green behind the ears and wet behind the butt. But somebody's got to teach him how to do this because I don't think he's got any role models he's been listening to how you call a hockey game. The goal when it's scored is that's the highlight of the game. It doesn't happen an awful lot. It happens more this year, except for the Panthers, of course, who are still playing Coleman style. But you can't just downplay it to the point where it's like you're pissed off. I heard Mo talking about that one day at the beginning of his show. Mo, remember Mo?
Yeah.
And he happens to be, maybe Mo ought to sit him. Of course, Mo, I'm sure, is delighted. In fact, that's where I heard that call. He played that right at the get-go the other day. He played that right at the beginning of the show.
Yeah.
A horrible call when Brian McCabe scored a winning goal in the game on Monday. He shoots, he scores, and you can't do that. I don't care if they lose every game. Your idea, maybe that's one of the reasons we got nobody in the stands, because the broadcasts are so damn boring. They're so negative. That's your job. It's a tough job when you got a really bad losing team that loses almost every day. That's the biggest job of a broadcaster, is to create a little bit of excitement, to make people think they want to go out there and see it, to get whipped up into a frenzy. We love the Panthers. It's a lot of excitement, okay? And even when the other team scores, there's a little bit of excitement, especially when there's 2,000 Leaf fans in the stands. Get with it, Geldy, okay? Butch up a little bit. Crank it up a couple of notches, you silly person, you. God, no wonder you get spanked all the time, yeah. WQAM, hello. QAM. Not there. It's line 1 malfunction at the junction. QAM, hello.
Hey, Neil, I got a movie for your poll.
Yes.
How about all 3 Matrix?
What is it?
All 3 Matrix movies.
Oh, all 3 Matrix movies, I see. I thought maybe you came up with the name of a new movie, all 3 Matrix. Okay, Matrix parts 1 through 100.
Exactly.
Okay. Do you see the Matrix?
Yes, all of them.
And you didn't like the ending?
The second one sucked.
I'm not. No, that's not the topic. Whether the movie sucked or not, the ending, the unacceptable ending.
It was a fine ending. The third one, it ended fine.
Well, what about Matrix Part 2?
Well, see, it's a trilogy, so the first 2 didn't actually end. They just set up.
What about Godfather? What about Godfather?
Right.
Nothing wrong with the ending. He always drops something. Always oranges or some other fruit involved there. First it was the opera singer, Anthony.
See, the moral of the Godfather movies is if you're a successful gangster, you die with an orange in your hand, and if you're unsuccessful,
Marlon Brando didn't die with no orange in his hand, okay? He was spraying the oranges, okay? He was spraying the oranges. It was like,
he was playing with the kid. He had the orange slice in his mouth there.
And the little kid was chasing him around. And Anthony,
stay away from the oranges if you're a Don.
That's a good idea. Stay away from all them fruits. Although Michael got saved by the orange juice in Godfather 3 and all that candy because he was going into a diabetic thing again.
Don't make me remember that.
Why? Oh, there's the phone again. That fax. I may just take the phone off the hook. The fax is coming. It's got to be an automated thing, doesn't it?
It's got to be.
Yeah. Oh, who cares? 5670560 pound 560 in the Verizon and Singular wireless lines. WQAM. Hello.
Hello, Neil.
Yes, sir.
Fearful.
Yes.
Any movie by Martin Scorsese?
Yeah. Okay.
See.
I know. You don't have to say it. We want the name of a movie, okay? Not any movie by, not some
like
movie.
All the major,
right.
Name a movie.
Yeah. What movie had the most unacceptable ending? What one movie? Give us a name. Give us a title.
Any movie from Hollywood.
In fact, give us something beside a name for the poll. Give us some verbal intercourse here, a little conversation, okay?
No, you're going.
Are you capable of doing that?
No.
Can you say anything?
Too far.
Did Mommy teach you anything besides the boogeyman's under the bed?
No.
Boogeyman.
God. There he is. Casey. Hey, Casey.
You fairy.
Yeah. By the way, quit bringing all them ugly guys by the house. Well, he has the worst taste. All these pimply-faced young queens.
I think a popular pop star like that would...
well, you think... Well, think again. Yeah. 912 votes on the poll today, and we're going to get to our 1,000 in the next hour. People are going to start writing that down. In fact, I think we start voting on tomorrow's poll simultaneous side by each. What do you say?
This is Neil Rogers. This is 560 QAM.
This is Mark Morgan. It's the 12 to 1 hour on QAM.
An entire entertainment universe is on the brink of extinction.
In entertainment news, box office receipts are suffering their biggest slump in 14 years.
And only one thing can bring it back. Monster-in-law, prepare to meet the wrath of the Force. Star Wars Episode 3, George Lucas Saves Hollywood.
Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy sucked. It did.
Theater owners are calling it the feel-good butt-saver of the summer. Star Wars Episode 3, George Lucas Saves Hollywood. Now filling up a theater that was empty during The Interpreter.
12 o'clock at 560 WQM. We got the Momeister at 2. We got Mad Dog at 4. Can you believe that? How did that happen?
I don't know.
Must be a mistake.
Somebody canceled a date.
Panthers preview at 6:30. The Caps and the Panthers at the Mac Arena at 7, Eddie at 10. Or after the hockey game. Cheney may be guilty of war crime. All right. Julian Borger writes, "It's the Guardian UK. How do you like that?" Vice President Dick Cheney's burden on the Bush administration grew heavier yesterday after a former senior U.S. State Department official said he could be guilty of a war crime over the abuse of prisoners. Lawrence Wilkerson, there he goes again, who served as Chief of Staff to Secretary of State Colin Powell from 2002 to 5, singled out Mr. Cheney in a wide-ranging political assault on BBC's Today programming. Mr. Wilkinson said that in an internal administration debate over whether to abide by the Geneva Conventions and the treatment of detainees, Mr. Cheney led the argument that essentially wanted to do away with all restrictions. Asked whether the Vice President was guilty of a war crime, Mr. Wilkerson replied, "Well, that's an interesting question. It was certainly a domestic crime to advocate terror, and I would suspect that it is an international crime as well." In the context of other remarks, it appeared he was using the word terror to apply to the systematic abuse of prisoners.
Abu Ghraib.
The Washington Post last month called Mr. Cheney the Vice President for torture for his demand that the CIA be exempted from a ban on cruel, inhuman, and degrading treatment of detainees. Is anything going to come of it?
No.
No. And the beat goes on.
It's this chronic condition.
Yeah, that's right. That's exactly what we got. He finally said the truth. We've got a chronic condition, and we're all suffering from it. We got Bushitis. So here are these two conflicting stories, one in the Sun-Sentinel and one in the Herald. Which one do we believe? You know, I was just going to play that low blow bit we got.
Yeah.
But I previewed it off the air. Did you hear me play it? No.
No.
Well, as it gets toward the end, it's a little...
I thought of it, remember when we were talking about it.
A little dicey. I understand, a little dicey, and who the hell cares about Rob Lowe? He's old news, man, old meat. Who cares?
We can still say the title of it.
Yeah, low blow. Miami official to decide soon whether to build a new Orange Bowl stadium, says the Sun-Sentinel, and the headline in the Herald, Orange Bowl won't be torn down. The Sun-Sentinel says the Orange Bowl is still unchanged for decades, but it appears the 69-year-old stadium could receive more than a facelift in the coming months. Renovating the dilapidated facility has been discussed for more than 3 years, but was put on the back burner while the Marlins pursued a stadium near downtown. When that deal derailed, city officials have turned their attention to the venue that houses the University of Miami football team. A meeting between city and UM officials next week will help determine whether the facility is renovated or torn down to rebuild a 65,000-seat stadium on the same site. Now, the Herald says, after comments by City Manager Joe Ariola about demolishing the Orange Bowl left some Miami elected officials scratching their heads yesterday, he backtracked slightly. Ariola denied media reports that he said the Orange Bowl may have suffered structural damage from Hurricane Wilma and that plans were being considered to build a new stadium on the Little Havana site. He claimed his statements were taken out of context, mixing answers from two different topics, damage sustained from Wilma and long-standing plans to refurbish the stadium. He admitted to previously telling U of M Athletic Director Paul D. that if renovations warranted, the football team might have to find another place to play in 2007, though he called that unlikely. UM, which has a contract with the City of Miami to play in the Orange Bowl through 2009, is the stadium's main tenant. The city, which has a long-planned $110 million renovation for the stadium, is supposed to get underway after the 2006 football season. Yada, yada, yada. Some media outlets reported that Ariola had said earlier in the day that if enough structural damage was found from Hurricane Wilma, the venerable 68-year-old building could be turned down. Later, he denied that. I don't believe there's anything wrong, Ariola told the Herald. Our engineer said there's nothing wrong. So they're all over the place. They're going to tear it down. They're not going to tear it down. And you know what? Whatever they do, it's still a toilet. How do you like that? Yeah. No matter what they do, it's still a big toilet. It should have been torn down years ago. It's an embarrassment. It's a disgrace. In fact, remember what they were doing in the Superdome in New Orleans during Wilma? What they were forced to do? Well, that's what a lot of people probably forced to do in the Orange Bowl because there ain't enough toilets, and the toilets that are in there half the time are plugged up. No, seriously.
No, I know, but I just don't know how to say it.
What?
What they were forced to do.
Oh,
well,
don't say
toilet, but yeah, you know, the verb.
Do their bodily stuff. Oh, I bet you I know where that damn thing is coming from. One moment, please. Let me check it. I've been in touch. I see. Well, some people just annoy the hell out of you in the middle of your show. I'm doing a radio show now, Bill, okay? Quit bugging me with his emails and please do this. Yeah, okay. That's what's going on with that crap. Jesus K. Christ. Let me see what this says here. One moment, please. It's the holidays, baby. If you expect high entertainment here, forget about it. And behind, I let you know, yada, 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 can't read it. One moment, please. Well, how come you're not playing something exciting there?
Oh, I would love to.
There you go. JC again.
We're on this boogie kick. We already heard from the boogeyman.
Oh, good talk up. Okay, that's it. I've read this thing, and it's just a bunch of crap. People bugging me. 5670560, pound 560 in the Verizon Singular Wireless line. WQAM, hello.
Neil.
Yes, sir.
I got a movie for you.
Yeah.
I don't know if you like. I don't think you like it, but
hated it.
Monty Python and the Holy Grail.
We got it on the poll already.
I just turned on 10 minutes ago. So.
Well, you better get with it, mister. Do you have a permission slip, an excuse slip today? No. Get with it. Get with it. $1 Million Baby, Unacceptable Ending, Magnolia, Up in Smoke, Monsters Ball, Once Upon a Time in America, Monty Python and Holy Grail. It's one of the first ones you said. Somebody called it. Memento. The Blair Witch Project. If you get your Easter eggs all straightened up for Memento, though you can see it from the beginning in chronological order, and the ending still sucks. The Vanishing American version. Donnie Darko. See, in Memento, he was like, his wife was diabetic, and he well, anyway, you don't want to hear
Right. Now, I got a lot of crap because it's a little bit of a different thing when you get the ending, but you still don't like it, and that was the deal with Memento. It's like, I get it, it was, they ended it and everything like that. I just don't like how it ended. Let
me read the question again. What movie had the most unacceptable ending? Well, obviously, that's strictly your opinion, okay?
Right. No, I'm just saying that.
Bridges of Toko Reese, Scream, and War of the Worlds. That's the list we got so far. Nothing wrong with that. WQAM, hello.
Hi, Neil.
Yes, sir.
I love your show, man.
Yeah.
I have a couple of them that, I don't know whether you've seen them or not. I'm sure George has, having young children. The end of Shrek.
Which one? Part one?
Where they end up going back to being an ogre. Is this George?
Yeah.
Oh, hey, George.
Well, Neil's here, too, I let him do the show with me.
I'm just hanging out.
Okay. Well, I thought the end of Shrek 1 where they go back to being ogres. Is that one or is that 2?
That's 1.
Yeah, well, they end up going back to being ogres when they
That
could
was
have
just
stayed
fine
handsome.
by me, but we'll put it on there.
Thanks, George.
Bye.
Bye.
Hey, that's a good idea. You do the show, and I'll just sit here and play phone operator.
Right.
Yeah, it's that time of the year anyway. It's
Throw some drops
December
in now
1st.
again, would you?
We don't want to overdo it here between now and the end of the year. Got to, pace yourself. Pace yourself, baby. Save it for the next 3 years.
Yeah,
You should live so long. WQAM, hello.
Hello, Uncle Neil.
Yes, ma'am.
Hey, Gildy will never be a Bob Prince.
Yeah, well, Bob Prince didn't do hockey, though. Well, actually, Bob Prince did do hockey way back once upon a time, and not well either.
Yeah, I grew up in McKeesport, Pennsylvania.
Yeah, well, he'll never be no Mike Lang.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just wanted to holler at you.
Okay, thanks. Well, you're never going to be no Mike Lang, Gildy, okay? Very lame. That clip. And, that's why Mo played it, because he's trying to, give him the old zets. That was bad, Mo. Quit picking on poor little Gildy. Although I'm glad he did play it, see? Because then it gives me a chance to, try to give him a little instruction. I know my hockey broadcasters, Gildy. You better butch it up a little bit. Try to make the game exciting. Not he scored, crap. That's not the way it works. Even when the other team scores a goal. Little excitement level there, please. Listen to Joe Bowen. You don't have to be a screamer like Fat Joe, who's the best, but just get with it. Man, just aggravates the hell out of me, these people who think that they know something. And, of course, that's the QAM way anyway, because we just put anybody on here to do anything. And just like the other place puts Jimmy Syphilis on here to do the Dolphin game. That is so insulting and demeaning, and no matter how crappy the team is, and believe me, they are. But, they deserve better. They got a long and storied history, and, of course, they got that 72 season 33 years ago, that undefeated season, and they're getting real nervous about the Colts. But nevertheless, they deserve a better job than some little silly guy sounds like a little girl with his legs tied together.
Oh, gosh, look at Ricky go. Wow, hey, Ricky.
Come on, Jimmy, cut the crap already.
You fairy.
Quit being a silly person. WQAM, hello.
Neil.
Yes, sir.
Hey, good afternoon.
And back to you.
Two things. There was a movie by the name of Mulholland Drive.
Right.
With one of the worst possible endings. I still don't understand it.
I saw the movie, but I don't remember the ending. I know it was bizarre. It was a very bizarre movie.
Very strange movie. The only good thing was the lesbian scenes in it.
Okay.
And the second thing, have you tried any of the low-carb ice cream that Breyers puts out?
I can't eat low-carb ice cream because it's loaded with sorbitol, and it keeps me busy all day on the throne. I can't eat it.
I can handle it, and being a diabetic, recently diagnosed, it's a godsend.
Well, if you don't have a problem with it, if your body can handle it, then more power to you.
Yes, I can. Thank you, sir.
Okay. Good luck to you. Go eat some chocolate ice cream with Hallie's Berries. 5670560, pound 560 in the Verizon and Singular Wireless line. WQAM, hello.
Hey, Neil. Got
Yes,
one
sir.
for your poll.
Okay.
Old Yeller.
Old Yeller, yeah, I was sad. Unacceptable, if you ask me. I already said Lassie come home, and then Lassie turned out to be a girl. Oh, Jesus, I hate when that happens, I get choked up about it. 5670560, pound 560 in the Verizon and Singular Wireless line. Our poll today, I'm getting confused now, aren't you?
No.
Oh, I am. Too many polls all at once.
I can see how that would.
Despite their denials, everyone, I'll read the list later. 947 vote on that. And for tomorrow, what movie has the most unacceptable ending? I started that too early today, but the reason for that is I thought we'd build a nice, good list. Plus, there's nothing to add on to today's, although we did add a couple on there.
Yeah, we did.
What the hell was that?
Huh?
I think I may lose my mind here in a second. I may have to shut that door. Between that phone, that fax just keeps redialing and redialing now.
Those bastards.
What is that all about?
Bastards.
But what is that?
It's somebody that thinks that they've got the right number. And the fax machine just keeps, because it's not a fax machine, then they're not connecting. Their fax machine keeps redialing, trying to make a connection. I see.
And then we got the beep on my printer here that you just sent me something. In between that.
Right.
I might just go a little bit batty here today. It says, for your movie pool, contact. Okay.
Yeah,
I agree.
I wrote amen really big on the page, as a matter of fact.
I see that.
As a matter of fact, that's a perfect example, because here's a movie that's so good, and you're going along and you're just loving every minute of it, and you think it's going to go somewhere, and then they just pull the rug right out from under you at the end. They cop out completely.
That's definitive then. That's the epitome of what we're talking about. It says, thought the movie was a very intelligent look at how alien contact might come about. It was dead on about how religious fanatics would react. Was building to what looked like a great ending and then totally crapped out.
Right. I mean, unacceptable is just the beginning of it.
See, all the religionists out there, all this God squad, he made the stars also and yada yada. What's the rest of the universe there for? Just for window dressing? Just because it looks pretty and we can't see it anyway?
Hey, it's
what's
just
that all
like
about?
The animals. It's all there
and
for
all
us.
This business about dead planets and falling stars and stars that burn out and stuff. Well, what does that tell you, huh? And this crap about, well, is there life on Mars? Maybe there isn't now. Maybe like 20 billion years ago there was. We're just not going to know about it. It's just so stupid. See, that's one of mankind's biggest weaknesses is we just can't accept the fact that there's some things that we not only do we not know, but we can never possibly know. How do you like that?
I don't know.
Like stupid. Stupid. Like South Florida, for example. Not smart, like Fredo. Stupid. Look at us, for Christ's sakes. We work for Greg Reed. 1213 at QAM.
This is Neil Rogers. This is 560 QAM.
This is Joe Bowen, the voice of the Toronto Maple Leafs, and you're listening to the Hockey Authority, Neil Goss.
See here, beat it, Buster. You're going to get it through your pea brain of yours, but I hate you. You got a gig anyway. What do you want?
Don't want your chicken hair.
What do you want?
Don't want your leaky hair.
What do you want?
I'm going to take a realistic stare.
What do you want?
I just want my own stinking show. Ratings in the trends. Away will outfly.
You will not. And I slut. Besides, you make plenty of money.
Yeah, but I want something I don't have to buy.
Yeah, like what?
A free tattoo war on top.
Yeah, so that's all you want.
Free food at a restaurant.
Yeah, what else do you want?
A big ego, simply massage.
So that's what you want.
Yeah, I want my own stinking show.
You got the street part.
1218 at QAM. Here's the fact. Says Easy Rider could have had a better ending.
Yeah.
Could have had a better ending.
I mean, we get
it. That's not the question.
I know.
What movie had the most unacceptable ending? That could have had a better ending. Almost any movie could have had a... I would say about 80% of movies probably could have had a better ending.
Right?
Most unacceptable. Unacceptable. Don't you understand the difference between weak and unacceptable?
I mean, if it didn't end with a naked chick exploding, it could have been better.
There you go. Well, I saw that about 400 years ago. The naked chick exploding.
Oh, yeah?
John Timoney says it was all a big misunderstanding, your police chief. And we're not talking about the 400 pounds of pot that his son tried to buy in New York. That screaming day-long headline on the Internet's popular Drudge Report and all the TV talking heads claiming his Miami cops would open a new front in the war on terror with random ID checks. The former Philadelphia police chief went on TV to explain why the so-called in-your-face anti-terror campaign called Miami Shield may be the domestic police equivalent of shock and awe, but it won't violate people's civil liberties. Timoney told CNN's American Morning that nowhere in America, whether it's terrorism or ordinary crime, without probable cause, can you demand identification. So why has the chief's new plan caused such a stir? Maybe it's because Chief Timoney is still trying to fight civil liberties allegations from his recent past. This is in the Philadelphia Daily News. Earlier this month, the ACLU filed 3 lawsuits charging that officers under Timoney's command used excess force to intimidate and unlawfully arrest innocent bystanders, protesters during the November 2003 Free Trade Area of the Americas meeting in downtown Miami, as you'll well recall.
Mm-hmm.
In one of the lawsuits, a female reporter for the Miami New Times who was there to cover protests claimed she was handcuffed, forced to lie down for more than an hour, frisked, and then arrested for failure to obey a lawful command. Timoney's tangled history on the issue began in Philly when he was a commissioner of something or other. See, the edge of this is off, too, because it's the same damn thing as the Herald. In 2001. At the Republican National Convention in 2000, Philly cops were accused of arresting protesters without just cause, and only a handful of the more than 400 people arrested were ever convicted of any crime. Not surprisingly, the ACLU said yesterday would take a wait-and-see approach on the Miami deal, okay? ACLU spokesman Alessandra Soler-Meat says when they say one thing, but in practice it can be this, whatever she says. We'll see. Time will tell when they start, like, stopping you right in the middle of a street corner and saying, okay, where's your ID? Whip it out. Then they will fear you, baby. See, like you said, it's a smokescreen. The whole idea of this thing is to take attention off, and of course it fits right in with the fascist USA with this whole mentality, so it's perfect. It fits in like a rubber glove deep inside your
rectum.
Right. Maybe he's not the police chief. Maybe he's the proctologist.
He's the police chief.
Despite their denials, everyone, 979, we're going over 1,000 this hour. Didn't I tell you that? No big deal. Everyone loves to fart, 207. Choke it, 182. They're choking it. Has sexual fantasies, 127. Picks their nose, 98. Lies, 87. Enjoys porno, 66. Listens to Neil Rogers, 50. Knows W stole those 2 elections, 49. Cheats on their taxes, 22. 22. Tickles the taco, 18. Is that at the good taco or taco schmaco? Eats their boogers, 17. Disgusting. Nobody does that.
Yeah, I know.
Peeing in the shower. Well, guess what? You're wrong. Everybody does. I think that should be the winner.
You keep saying everybody does.
They do. I don't know anybody doesn't eat them.
Me and Josh.
Yeah, you both lie.
Right.
In fact, you probably put them on the pizza. Peeing in the shower, 10. Picks their butt, 10. Loves garbage TV, 10. Smokes weed, 9. Fears death, 5. Loses their ass gambling, 4. And uses body wash, 4. There you go. Well, of course, there are some people who don't gamble. I mean, Schleppers can't afford to gamble anyway, so they can't lie about it. They're not in denial.
That's right.
They just can't afford it.
That's right.
And I salute them. Some of us can afford it to go and have a good time and occasionally get lucky. Except for the people sitting next to us who smell like the end of the world. I'm going to tell you right now, if there's a place called Hell and it's got an aroma, I sat next to Hell last night for about 15 minutes. Well, probably it was only 5 minutes. It seemed like 15 hours. I sat next to Hell, whatever Hell smells like. Oh, God. And I mean, you can't say anything.
Why not?
Well, what are you going to say?
Hey, you stink.
Yeah.
Hey, stinky.
No, you know what? This is a true story. This is a true story. I don't know whether it was in the elevator or where the hell it was, but there was one time with a fat black lady who happened to cut the worst cheese. Maybe it was in Publix, and I know it was her because I was standing right adrift her, and she oh man, what's that? What stinks? Now I guess that's a good scam, you know. I'm who cut it? Oh God, man, it must have been the dog then.
Right.
The problem is there was no dogs in the supermarket, you know.
Well, I mean, have you ever had one get away from you and you were around other people?
Of course.
Well,
absolutely. Are you kidding me?
Well, that's when immediately you got to turn to the person next to you and you go, "Oh my God,
what did you have for breakfast?"
Right.
Good golly, can't you control yourself?
That's right, man.
Yeah. Well, no, my tactic is if I'm in a public place and do something like that, I look around and give kind of squint the eyes, you know, like I'm nauseated, who did that? Who cut it? Doesn't work, of course. They know you did it, but nevertheless, at least it gives you a little bit of hope that just maybe they weren't paying enough attention.
I try to get into an aisle by myself,
especially if they heard it. WQAM, hello.
Neil, what's going on? I
yes,
just
sir.
pick my nose, but I do not eat the boogers. I actually put them on my car seat.
Put them on the back of your headboard. If you got a nice headboard on your bed, stick them back there.
Yeah.
When I was a little kid, I used to do that.
I got a request, Neil. You got a Merry Effing Christmas song.
Yeah, good luck to you. 5670560. Hey, when I was a little kid, this is a true story. I used to have a headboard on my bed.
Yeah.
And back in the day, now see, I guess when I was younger, I was more couth than I am now as an old fart. I certainly would never have thought of putting that in my mouth.
Yeah,
so, you get out of here. I might just. Oh, man. Finger looking good, baby.
Crunchy?
No, I don't got nothing in there right now. But anyway, can I finish the story? And I used to reach behind me and I would smear them on the back of the headboard.
Yeah, sure. That's what that's there for.
You never did that?
Yeah.
Oh, see, here's an admission from Jorge the Perfect. He used to smear his boogers on the back of the headboard as a little child.
Under the seat, under the desk, whatever.
Under the seat?
Anywhere but in my mouth.
Under the seat?
Yeah, you should look at this one. There's danglers down there.
That's another reason for me not to come back no more.
Looks like the inside of a cave ceiling on the
Yeah, I'm going to start smearing that stuff on my feet and come back there again. That olive oil on the feet.
Matt is still slick from it.
What was that? Yeah, and you know something? That Neutrogena, that body emulsion, that's also good for your feet. I mean, if it's good for your skin, it doesn't take a genius to figure out. It's good for everywhere. Smear it all over your body.
Elbows, anywhere where it's dry and cracked.
That stuff is a miracle. Neutrogena body emulsion. If you got dry skin, and this is not just for the ladies out there or the make-believe ladies, this is for everybody.
Anywhere where there's a dry crack.
Rectum.
Smear it. When in doubt, smear it. No, seriously, that stuff is as close to a miracle.
It is. It really
and
is.
I have tried every lotion and potion and cream and, well, you name it.
It's amazing. It's like molecular or something.
Yeah, there's something with that Neutrogena body emulsion. Now, they make a lot of other products, and maybe they're good, maybe they're not. I don't know, but I'm just telling you about that one. I got to go out and buy a couple of new flavors of body wash for the weekend. It's 27 past noon at 560 QM. The Mo-Meister, who today is going to tell us what body wash he uses and what he shaves with.
This is
Come on, Mo,
Neil
loosen up a little bit, baby.
This is 560
Loosen that thing up.
Absolutely.
I've constantly expressed my displeasure with leaks, particularly leaks of classified information, and I want to know. I want to know the truth. I want to see to it that the truth prevails.
Now it seems to us that Rolf knew just what he said. Words are not just words when an agent might get killed. Mr. President, will you do just what you said? And lock up Karl Rove for his treason, baby.
You stood at that podium and said that Karl Rove was not involved.
We don't want to see Karl no more. We don't want the country to pay for him. We'll be safer if you kick him out the door. Wish you will make the White House more legit.
Contrary to what you told the American people, he did indeed talk about his wife, didn't he?
David, there will be a time to talk about this, but now is not the time to talk about it.
Yeah, don't talk about it. Scott McClellan, by the way, is rumored to be on the way out, and you want to know why? Because they say he doesn't have any credibility. Of course, the president and the vice president, they got a lot of credibility, but Scott McClellan doesn't, so he may be out.
Aw.
Yeah, does anybody care? No. 5670560, pound 560 on the Verizon Singular Wireless line. I guess we got a decent list of, although I thought it'd be a lot more than this. What movie had the most unacceptable ending? I thought we'd have like 50,000.
Yeah. There'll be more. They'll be calling in more.
Besides Old Yeller, which obviously is probably the winner. WQAM, hello.
Neil,
Yes, sir.
for those who grew up in the 80s, less than zero. Take it easy, Polly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I never saw it. It's a Robert Downey Jr. movie.
Less than zero?
As far as I know.
Okay. Well, I'll take his word for it. Did you grow up in the 80s?
I guess I did.
Oh. I'm still waiting for most of these people to grow up, period. Okay, whatever you say, sweetheart. 5670560, pound 560 on the Verizon Singular Wireless line. These people leave me kind of like limp, most of them. WQAM, hello.
Uncle Neil,
Yes, sir.
I'm so fired up and whipping to a frenzy, you don't even know. I am sick of this country, of these mugwumps. I need to go get away from these people.
Yeah, good. Start right now. Head due east. WQAM, hello.
Good morning, Neil. How you doing?
Good afternoon.
I got a new body wash for you made by Tommy Hilfiger.
Yeah, I'll bet. 5670560, pound 560 on the Verizon Singular Wireless line. In fact, he's probably smearing some on his
Rectum.
right now, which could be anywhere in his case. WQAM, hello. QAM, hola.
Hello?
Yes.
Hi, Uncle Neil.
Yes, sir.
Yes, hi. I thought you're not supposed to be talking about flatulence on the radio anymore. But anyway, how about when you drive down the street talking about picking noses, you drive down and you see a guy next to you picking his nose and looking at it and studying it like it was the Talmud.
Well, maybe it
And
is.
It possibly
It is written, baby. It is written.
It possibly could be. And you know what I do? When I go shopping with my wife down Publix, I go down the line and I cut a nice one, and I run down the end of the aisle. So when the old people come up, they think that it's her, and they give her dirty looks.
That is pretty good. I like that. Nice technique, Pally. Good style. You get several style points on that. No, actually, when I'm in my car, I don't want people looking. Haven't I always talked about PIP insurance, picking in peace?
That's right.
That's a place you ought to be able to pick your nose. And that's one other good reason for tinted windows.
Yeah.
You don't want people staring while you're picking your nose. What you do with it and where you put it, whether you chew it, toss it out the window, stick it on your pantaloonies, on whatever you do, that's your business. It's your boogers, and it's up to you.
Hey, don't go flicking it out the window.
Why not?
You might hit somebody else.
Well, too bad. They deserve it if they just can't mind your own business. God, all these people got to stare. You go stare at somebody else, okay? Believe me, there ain't nothing worth staring at me about. Trust me. There's plenty of people in car, although in South Florida, not so much. South Florida, when you're on a highway, you look around, you look to your right, you look at your left, and you feel a lot better about yourself.
Yep.
Geekland. So many geeks to the right and geeks to the left. Just shocking. Like Line 9 is usually pretty shocking. QAM, hello.
Hey, Neil, I got one for the poll for the movie.
Yes, sir.
Artificial Intelligence, great movie, horrible last half hour.
Okay.
All right, that's it. Thank you.
Thank you. Artificial Intelligence, which sounds like the Greg Reed story.
Yeah. AI.
You seen it?
Yeah, unfortunately.
He said it was a great movie with a crappy ending.
It was a crappy movie with an even crappier ending.
Well, okay, it's all relative. What's wrong with that?
Nothing.
I'll tell you a movie with a funny ending, and that was Happiness.
Yeah, that was a funny ending.
The ending of that movie is just spectacular. In fact, you don't even need the rest of the movie. It's kind of depressing and very morbid. But if you just,
that was the closure that we all needed.
I guess the little kid needed it anyway, and maybe the dog too. Wow, that is really something.
Well,
that was a good movie, even though the subject matter was like nauseating.
It was strange. It was different.
Yeah, it was strange, all right. Yeah, it was strange. Daddy was a little bit strange. Now, who didn't he play?
He's somebody.
He played the doctor in the emergency room in Requiem for a Dream.
That is correct. He's been in a bunch of things.
He's a good actor. Although I had the feeling he might not have been acting so much in this one. 5670560 pound 560 on the Verizon Singular Wireless line. Like Michael Caine in the Angie Dickinson movie Dressed to Kill.
What, when he dressed in drag?
Yeah, I didn't think he was acting too much. I thought he might just act, like the Beatles said, act naturally.
Speaking of Michael Caine, while you're making out your list of things to see, no particular rush.
I love Michael Caine, yes.
I mentioned it before. Since you do like Michael Caine, and I know you hate Tobey Maguire, but nevertheless...
Tobey Maguire is I could live for it. It wouldn't turn me off from a movie.
He bugs me, nevertheless. Cider House Rules. You would like that.
I heard of that.
Good story, good drama, good subject matter.
In fact, that's been recommended to me many, many times.
Really?
Now, would I rather see that or Schindler's List?
Oh, it's apples and oranges.
And, well, any fruit will do. Like Jesse McCartney. Now, come on, let's get serious. Cider House Rules. I don't have room on my plate for two movies today. Which one? I'm going to go out and get one today. Guaranteed.
Schindler's List.
Oh, it's a Jew movie. WQAM, hello.
Oh, hey, Neil.
Yes, sir.
Hi, one for your poll. Lord
Okay.
of the Rings, the first one. And I also have something else. You had a spot for Hank's competition, like Hank's pickle spread competition or something?
Yeah.
I haven't seen a picture of Hank, but I'm definitely interested in the pickle spread.
What a clever queen. I mean, what a silly goose. 5670560, pound 560 on the Verizon Singular Wireless line. God, these people are so creative, aren't they?
No.
Not.
Dylan Baker.
Not. What is it?
Dylan Baker is the name of the dad from Happiness.
Oh, he's a good actor.
Yeah,
Dylan
he's been in
Baker.
a bunch of stuff.
Oh, I thought the dog was pretty good, too.
He's in the Spider-Man movies.
WQAM, hello.
Hello, how you doing?
Pretty good.
I got a movie.
Yeah.
Jacob's Ladder. With
We've talked about Jacob's Ladder before. Yeah. Did I see Jacob's Ladder?
With Tim Robbins.
Yeah.
Weird ending.
I tried watching it, and somebody told me the ending, and I said, thank you very much.
What was the ending? Let's tell them the ending right now so they don't have to waste their time. What was the ending?
He's
Who
dead.
remembers? I haven't seen it in 10 years.
He's dead.
He's dead. Oh, good.
It's all
Okay,
much
thank
about
you.
nothing.
He's dead in the end. Don't waste your time with Jacob's Ladder. Oh, well, speaking of Jacob's Ladder, whatever happened to my friend Jacob? Remember Jacob? From the hockey games, Jacob. Jesus
Yeah, what
Christ.
about him?
You're
said,
supposed
what about
to keep
him?
track of these names.
Oh,
Do you know who I'm talking about?
Yeah.
No, you don't. Do you really?
I know the guy that you're talking about. I mean, I don't know him personally and can't picture him, but
Well, go find him.
All right.
That's part of your new assignment.
I'll leave right now.
5670560.
I'll come back when I find him.
How you doing, Jacob? That's for you, sweetheart. 567. Oh, it's just so unusual. Do you see any like living and breathing person in South Florida? Anybody looks like appealing? Male, female, vegetable, mineral? It's just geekland. And as much as I raved about Niagara Falls, even here, you go out on the street and you look to your right and look to your left, and there's like, wow, holy crap. Really true. And there actually are a few non-ethnic people. Oh, now I know what I wanted to tell you about my experience. Forget about the guy that smelled that bad. Oh, my God. Seriously, I ought to start taking notes. I ought to have like a loose leaf little, one of them little small loose leaf, and take notes of my experiences at Woodbine. Listen to me. I'm playing there last night, and there's a guy, somewhat inebriated, skinny. He looked like a real, like one of those guys from like Moose Jaw or Alberta, you know, like a Canadian redneck. All right. And he's playing, and he had like, I don't know, he hit a couple, whatever he got, nothing big. And so he gets up, and he's going to play the machine on the end, and this big, packy, ugly kid has decided he was playing, or had been playing there, or he was playing two machines. I don't know what the deal is. And this guy gets all bent out of shape, and, you know, now don't play two machines, and I'm going to go get the supervisor. So anyway, he gets up, and he goes on the other side of the $5 machine. He hits 5,000. Okay? All right. So he comes back to make sure that this packy kid knows it. Hey, I just hit 5,000. Thanks a lot for chasing me off that machine. So later on, I'm playing, and he comes and sits next to me, this guy, and I can smell the booze on his breath. Well, it's my birthday today. How you doing? What do you do for a living? I'm just ignoring him as much as I can. Mm-hmm. And he says to me, and at the time, there are people, I mean, like anywhere else, this is a very multicultural city. There are like Paki, Indian, all kinds of people playing Chinese. He says to me, man, I sure hate it when non-white people win something. Don't you? Now, keep in mind, I don't know this guy from Adam. I don't know this guy from Mushy Pupik, okay? I've never laid eyes on him before and hopefully never see him again. This is the kind of trash that I'm talking about that congregates, that eats and greets and meets at that place. What kind of a thing is that to say to somebody you don't even know? Yeah, you should have said back, or Jews, too. Yeah, and like, I should have said, and rednecks, too. Says, I work at GM in Oshawa. Well, good for you. Okay, get a life, you redneck jackass. He hates it when non-white people win anything. And he had some term for the packy kid. I forget what. I've never heard it before in my life. One of the most grotesque, not even laundry head. I mean, 1,000 times worse than that. Laundry skin, whatever it was. Purple skin, I don't know. Man, Archie Bunker would have been embarrassed. Just hate it when them non-white people win something. Don't you?
This is Neil Rogers. This is 560 QAM.
Oh my God.
Holy crap. All is warm in my lap. It came out so silently. Now it's wilting the Christmas tree. It's burning my eyes.
Someone please cover the pies. Silent fart, deadly fart.
My cheeks would spread apart.
Rectum.
I guess I drank too much eggnog.
So I'll try to blame it on the dog.
Rover just cut the cheese.
Oh my God.
Open the window, please. Silent thoughts full of methane. It don't smell like candy cane. Left a cloud so stinky and green.
welcome.
One of 1999's best movies, The Cider House Rules, with Tobey Maguire,
right,
and Michael Caine, and Charlize Theron,
oui,
and a bunch of other goyim.
Right, very good.
And a review says, trivia, the orphan that gets into the pie dough and eats all of it and is shown throwing up all over the orphanage is named Steerforth. Steerforth is the name of one of the main character's friends in the Charles Dickens book David Copperfield, which Homer reads to the children in their bedroom. Did you know that?
No, I didn't. No, I didn't.
And anachronisms. The package containing Homer's doctor bag bears 4 examples of a stamp honoring railroad engineers that was released on April 29, 1950, yet the entire film takes place during the 40s.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, see, if you go to IMDb, they've always got some, like, goofs and glitches, which is kind of interesting. Nitpickers. Everybody hates nitpickers.
Yeah.
And it goes on, Cider House Rules is the best translation of a novel to a film that I've ever seen, writes the reviewer here, yada, 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 bada-beep, bada-boop, bada-bop. Sounds pretty good. I'm going to go and get that because I don't want to see Schindler's List.
Okay.
But it also says, if you like this title, we also recommend Peyton Place. Oh, jeez, what's that?
I don't know. I've heard of it, but I don't know.
What?
It just sounds like, a soap opera-y movie.
What do you mean you've heard of it? Peyton Place?
Yeah.
It is a soap opera. It was a soap opera on TV.
Oh, well, then that's why
I mean, originally it was a novel, and it was a very steamy novel, and sex-filled, etc., fun-filled, sex-filled. And then it was a TV, and then it was a movie.
I see.
You never saw Peyton Place?
No.
Sandy Peyton Place.
Where's that?
Right next to a Peyton Manning's house.
I thought it was right
Peyton
next to
and all his
Bishop's
buddies,
grave.
all his close buddies. Hey, Peyton.
You fairy.
Mike says, great poll today for tomorrow. Can't believe George hasn't mentioned The Village.
Slipped my mind.
It says God awful.
Yes,
Wanted
it
to
is.
stand up and whatever. What?
I try to put it out of my head. It's a bad movie with a bad ending.
Well, I put that on there. I also put on there Cuckoo's Nest. Somebody says, disappointing movie ending. Randall McMurphy gets lobotomized and One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. That's right.
That's one of those endings where you know that that's what was supposed to happen, but you just didn't like it.
Well, yeah, I mean, he could have gotten away. He could have pushed the pillow away.
It was a tragedy.
He could have jumped out the window with the chief.
That's just it. It was a tragedy.
He could have been the lookout when the chief was lifting up the damn thing there to sink.
He would have been out of there.
The window.
He was. See, that's the whole point. He was on his way out, and he would have been out through the window, except for Billy, who he liked. Billy took a shine to his blonde girlfriend slut, and he hooked Billy up with a girl. And while he was waiting for them to finish, they all fell asleep, and that's why he wound up getting lobotomized.
See, if we'd have just hooked Billy up with Vera, they could have gotten that whole deal over in just about 40 seconds, and we wouldn't have to worry about that.
That's right.
I can't stop thinking about that. I mean, that's their sex life, huh? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I guess the price was right, but boy, at least it sure left a lot of time for other pursuits.
Sure. Horseshoe.
Man.
Badminton.
Oh, wow. 5670560, pound 560 in the Verizon Singular Wireless lines. I'm going to watch City of God again. You believe me?
Give it a no.
No chance. WQAM, hello.
Turn the contrast on your screen so they look white.
Oh, I'll try that. QAM, hello.
Yeah, hey, Neil.
Yes,
one
sir.
of the worst movie endings is going to be A Clockwork Orange.
That's the perfect movie ending. What is that supposed to mean?
It's not. That and 2001: A Space Odyssey was bad.
Yeah, okay, end the dialogue, yeah. Clockwork Orange, the ending is perfect.
Exactly.
It's the whole idea of it. Yeah, like, we're going to reform him? Right, sure you are.
You reform them.
Once a pervert, always a pervert. Trust me, I know.
Eggy wags.
WQAM, hello.
Hey, Neil, how are you?
Pretty good?
I have one for tomorrow's poll. How about the birds?
Isn't this great? It's going to get kind of confusing now. We're going to you're going to have to start taking notes. I got one for next Tuesday's poll. This is good. What is it? The birds?
Yeah.
The birds, yes.
What the hell was that?
Yeah, they just kind of drive off.
They drive off, and the birds are watching them. It's like, what's going on here?
I think this was like the predictor for bird flu.
I don't know. I think they offered him the money for either color or a ending, and he chose to make it in color.
Very perceptive, Pat. You're hired. Thank you. The birds.
Yes.
Tippi Hedren said it was for the birds. She talked a lot about how he just mauled her and just
did that to everybody.
I know that, but he liked her especially. He made her a little tipsy. I like Tippi Hedren. I think she's still alive, isn't she?
I don't know.
Oh, please don't tell me she died. I think she died. Do a Google on it. Oh, we lost Elizabeth Montgomery.
Dead or Alive website.
You know who else is going to die one of these days is Barbara Eden.
Oh, don't say that.
Well, she's going to die someday.
Jeannie's lived forever. She was in that bottle for 2,000 years.
Maybe they'll just stick her ass in a bottle. I don't know. What about... I'll tell you who's been dying for the longest damn time, and that's Larry Hagman, speaking of Barbara Eden.
Well, I think he's on his 4th liver now.
Gee, really? I like the one with the bacon and the onions best. You know, I used to eat that a lot. I used to love liver and onions.
When it's good, it's great.
It is. But once I started really thinking about it, the fact that the liver is the organ in the body that collects all it's the filter. You know, it's like the filter in a fish tank.
Yeah, well, lobster's
Think
the
of it
bottom
in those
feeder.
terms. The filter in a fish tank that's even more, it collects more stuff that the catfish can't eat in the bottom. And all the stuff goes through there. And so you're eating it. You're eating all, well, I don't know.
When you
It
think
is
about
good,
it, you know, we recycle everything when you think about it.
Yeah.
In other words, the plants eat that, and then you eat the plants, so...
The plants eat what?
Everything.
Liver?
Yeah,
When do you ever see a plant eating liver?
I'm not talking about liver. I'm talking about waste.
Maybe you ought to start feeding the
What do you
plants.
think
liver.
they
Maybe
fertilize them
they
with?
live longer, huh?
What do you think they fertilize the plants with?
Oh, I know that.
So,
trust me, I had 2 dogs. You don't have to tell me about it. Well, 1 dog anyway. The other one used to like occasional snack. 5670560, pound 560 in the Verizon Singular Wireless line. WQAM, hello.
Hey, Neil.
Yes, sir.
I wanted to know.
Okay, good. WQAM, hello. QAM. I thought you were going to. I thought he could do it. He's probably getting the fax. WQAM, hello. Not there. They're slipping now. 5670560, pound 560 in the Verizon Singular Wireless line. I promise we take 1 million calls between now and during the month of December. Aren't you excited? That's December already, and pretty soon it's going to be 2006. And then it's going to be like, 25 million, the Lotto 649 Lotto jackpot on Saturday. Just keep that in mind, okay? I'll take care of you guys. 3 of you guys, you and Brian and Josh. Maybe Eric. I'd send Eric a couple of bucks. Not too much. WQAM, hello.
Hello?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, great movie with a bad ending. It's Heat. With
Heat?
Robert De Niro and Al Pacino.
Heat?
Heat.
Yeah.
You know, Robert De Niro should have gotten away. All right, thanks, man.
Okay, man. He said, when was the Heat? Al Pacino and Heat. Got it?
Got it. Tippy
You see
Hedren.
Heat?
Yeah, I own it. Tippy Hedren is still alive.
Oh, thank God. Are you sure?
That's what it says on
Are you sure?
DeadOrAlive.com here.
I'm trying to think of what I saw her on. Maybe it was the biography channel the other night. She's very good.
Mm-hmm.
But she is like, I don't know, she's like a, don't tell me she's a PETA person. Maybe that's what it was.
Hey, half of them are, so I'm not worried.
Well, don't hold that against her.
I won't. I'll hold
Alfred
this
would have
against
liked to, though. And, of course, in his case, all he had to do was, like, stand up straight. Boy, he had that big pupik. That's something that can be your signature, is a big fat pupik. That was Alfred Hitchcock.
Good evening.
Yeah. He was he was different. You can say that all right. Oh, you never saw North by Northwest, and I keep threatening. I can't find it for you.
Take your time.
I keep looking in these stores. I keep trying to get it online, and remember what happened? They canceled the order. Maybe it fell off the face of George W. Bush there on Mount Rushmore.
You know, you order something, it just never shows up, and then you get a
cancellation. Maybe they could put Bush's face on Mount Flushmore.
Good idea.
WQAM, hello.
Neil.
Yes, sir.
Is Unbreakable on your poll? The movie Unbreakable?
Excellent. Yes.
George is like calling from your choice.
Yeah, that movie was semi-entertaining, mildly amusing for the first 3 quarters, and then at the end, during the crux of the movie, they don't even fight. Bruce Willis's character calls the cops on him, and that ends out with like a little story.
How sad.
Worst ending ever. Thanks.
Okay, thanks, Pally.
Tease, boy. It's like it gets your hopes up. You think, oh, yeah,
I'll tell
this
you
is
another
great.
movie that's got that everybody touts very highly, and I like it, and I've seen it about 40 or 50 times, but the ending is absolutely unacceptable, and that's Goodfellas.
Yeah, well, see, when you're talking about a true story, it's really hard to end it the way you want it to.
No, but that's a sappy ending. They go into the witness protection program. Oh, by the way, I'm sorry if you haven't... Huh?
But that's what happened, so...
I understand it's a true story, but I don't like the ending.
I agree, but...
It was unacceptable
What are
to
you
me.
gonna do?
Change the ending, okay?
Right.
We don't have to have all the truth. You know what I mean?
Right.
Jack Webb wanted the truth and nothing but the truth, but we don't have to have it.
Let's have him get whacked instead, even though...
There you go. Let's have her go look at those coats. Hey, down there. Down there. Right over there.
This is Neil Rogers. This is 560 QAM.
Oh! Read the mumda.
Oh, it's the 1 to 2 hour. I forgot.
Al-Qaeda, ooh, we're gonna take you, and we promise no Bahamas. Love to bring Osama. Al-Qaeda, we'll take you.
Off the Cuban Sea, there's the Bay Guantanamo.
that's where the bad folks go to get away from it all. There's nice prison camps for every damn terrorist man. Alien interrogations for members of the Taliban. Down in Guantanamo. Al-Qaeda, ooh, we're gonna take you, and we promise no Bahamas. We'd love to bring Osama. It's a place where you some go, dump you off like cargo. Guantanamo, what happens there? Well, you don't want to know, but that's where Al-Qaeda goes.
I'm dying over here.
Down to Guantanamo. Afraid we're gonna have to take you.
Oh, it's the 1 to 2 hour. Anyway, I forgot this thing is moving along so fast today, like greased lightning, so it doesn't make any difference that it's not Friday yet. It'll be Friday tomorrow, and then it'll be Saturday, and then it'll be Monday, and we'll start all over again. That's the sad part. Unless, of course, that $25 million comes through on the 649, eh? Wouldn't that be sweet? Here's tomorrow's poll. What movie had the most unacceptable ending, which will go on our website tonight, and you can start voting whenever I feel like it. When you least expect it, it'll go on there, and you say, oh, gee, look at this. $1 Million Baby, Magnolia, Up in Smoke, Monsters Ball, Once Upon a Time in America, Monty Python and the Holy Grail, Memento, Blair Witch Project, The Vanishing the American Virgin, Donnie Darko, Bridges of Toko-Ri, Scream, War of the Worlds, Mulholland Drive. Boy, that was a really strange... Did you see that?
No, but...
You ought to see it.
I think I'm supposed to. People get naked?
Yeah, oh yeah. And lesbian scene you'll love.
All right.
Contact, Less Than Zero, Artificial Intelligence, Lord of the Rings Part 1, Jacob's Ladder. How's Jacob doing? One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, Legends of the Fall. Oh, I put Legends of the Fall on there because why did Brad Pitt have to die? Oh, I'm sorry if you haven't seen it. He dies. Right?
Right.
Why couldn't Craig Sheffer have died? He's got those raccoon eyes, you know. His eyes are like sinking into his head, and he's not looking too good anymore.
Well, that's how they do things.
Well, damn it.
By the way, when you submit that list, you might want to... AI is the name of the movie. Artificial intelligence is what AI stands for.
Oh!
The movie is AI.
Okay. AI?
As in...
Or is it... Are there periods or not? Just AI?
I don't know.
Or is it I, eh? In the Canadian version, I think it was I, eh? Anyway, Legends of the Fall, which it was a good movie. It was okay. It was like Hearts and Flowers.
Right.
It was fine. Plus, Brad Pitt looked really good. The Village, The Birds, Heat, Unbreakable, which is really believable, and Goodfellas. Even though the Goodfellas was... I understand it's a true story, and they had to put the... I just didn't like it. He opens the door, he gets the newspaper, and they're like in a witness protection program. Like, come on. That's it?
By the way, since we're putting all of the M. Night Shyamalan movies on there, which we should...
Yeah.
Signs.
You better watch it. Eisner's going to be on a phone, or Mickey, any time now. Signs?
Yeah.
I don't even know what the hell was all about.
So many reasons, both the ending and the epilogue. First it ends badly, and then they have a little epilogue, and that's bad.
Yeah.
That's the Mel Gibson Alien movie.
Mel Gibson.
And the preview says it will tell us what those crop circles mean. Were they made by humans or maybe by some little man who are green? It was written by M. Night Shyamalan, the guy who did Sixth Sense, but he also did Unbreakable, which ended up quite bad. Oh, sign, that new movie signs. Studios hoping it'll tingle your spine. If it does, we'll see lots of dollar signs. Mel Gibson plays a farmer with Martians in his yard, and I think that maybe M. Night Shyamalan is trying way too hard, 'cause those circles weren't made by aliens on a wild tractor ride. They were made by Bruce Willis sometime after he died. Oh, sign, that new movie sign. To find out more, you gotta stand in line. Get out your $8 and pay up for signs.
Now, if you really like that one, what about the other one we got?
What's that? Oh, that one.
The one about Wayne. I'll play the whole thing. Although...
Get away, long-haired people eating out of fire.
Yeah, there you go. Ripping that poor Wayne again, huh? I noticed Hank was like sucking up a little bit to Wayne this morning. Maybe he's looking for a job in that organization. Come on, Humper. Don't cave in. Here's today's pool, and then we'll do yesterday's pool, and then we'll do one from 2 weeks ago, Tishabov. That was a really good one. 1,061 votes. You notice how unceremoniously we passed the 1,000 mark now? It used to be like a big thing. You know?
Well, yeah.
Well, I know when we start like 4 days ahead of time, we get a leg up, so to speak. You ever have a leg up?
I got one up now.
Vera did. Despite their denials, everyone loves to fart, 220. They're choking it over there, 199. Has sexual fantasies, 133. Picks their nose, 104. But, of course, disposes of it very sanitarily. You believe that? No. Flicks it. Isn't that what you tell me? You just flick it?
Generally speaking, right.
Sometimes it's not of a consistency that it's easy to flick.
And if there's a good target around, I try to hit it.
Oh, you mean like Maddie Bell? Small target.
I got skills.
Lies, 90. Enjoys porno, 72. Knows W stole the 2 elections in 2000 and 2004, 69. Listens to Neil Rogers, 52. Even people in certain communities who lie like crazy about it, who would never listen to this show. Tickles the taco, 23. Cheats on their taxes, 23. Eats their boogers, 18. See, only a very small number of people do anything disgusting. Oh, what kind of people would do that? Grotesque.
Oh, God.
Oh, yeah. All the time. Peeing in the shower, 13. Smokes weed, 10. Picks their butt, 10. Now, that is really grotesque. Who would do that? Us.
Yeah.
Loves garbage. Can you imagine Barbara Jordan picking her butt? Well, she's dead now, but so we can say it. There just are something. Or Adlai Stevenson. I mean, yeah. Henry Kissinger.
Oh, yeah. He's picking it all the time, I'm sure.
Probably. Loves garbage TV, 10. Fears death, 9. Loses their ass gambling, 5. And uses body wash, 5. Out of 1,069 vote. Pretty impressive, if you ask me. We got polls all over the damn place. Oh, it's official. Diebold election bugware can't be trusted. You know what I have to do immediately when this show is over?
What?
Remember how I solved that problem with the margins on the old computer? Now I got to do that on the new computer.
That's right.
Got to get my margins all straightened out because I'm chopping off so many. Well, here, this story here, which I wish I could do, I couldn't get it printed out. Livonia, Michigan, which is a suburb of Detroit. That's where Skipper's Table Buffet used to be. In between the double headers, my old friend Dar and I, my track buddy, we used to go to the afternoon thoroughbred racing at Hazel Park. Then we'd drive out to Livonia and have dinner at Skipper's Table, the buffet, and just pig out, just really manja, and then go to like DRC, Wolverine, harness. They had the flats in the day and the trotters at night, and then you got trots all night. The city council in this Detroit suburb voted unanimously to prevent Walmart from being open 24 hours a day. I'm making up the last words in these sentences because it's not there.
Right, go ahead.
Developers of the proposed 204,000 foot store said they were disappointed at the vote Wednesday night to limit store hours to something. We've worked for years to produce a plan that is satisfactory to the citizens, said developer Robert Shostak. We're back to square one, but it's not done yet. More than 80 residents attended the meeting, and some applauded what the council voted. Walmart Stores, Inc. real estate official David Ewing declined to say what the Bentonville, Arkansas-based retailer would do now. Everything is under review at the moment. He said the play is under review. So they're going to put their head under there. They're going to put that little schmata over their head. They're going to look in the camera. It's under review, and the referee is looking and looking and looking and watching it over. Actually, you know what it is?
What?
Well, I'm talking to Josh more because he knows about the football replays. What the referee is seeing, he's not seeing the videotapes of what happened on the play. There's a representative. It's a split screen. There's a representative from each team that he sees in there. Yeah. And each one is holding up a check. And whichever one has got that, and they keep changing it. They got like a whole bunch, and they keep, it's like an auction, whichever one gets the highest amount, that's the one gets the call. Bet you didn't know that.
I learn something every day.
That's right. Opponents of the store said its size and proximity to 127,000 square foot Target store would bring congestion and crime. It is a crime when Walmart comes into your hood. I'll tell you that right now. We hate Walmart on this show. We wish they would die. We're happy, very pleased, said Michelle Larson, spokeswoman for the group fighting a 24-hour Walmart. That's the last thing they need in Livonia, for Christ's sakes. They're going to the dogs out there. I mean, they closed down, they probably tore down that whole place, DRC, Detroit Racecourse, and then Wolverine, whatever it used to be, Harness Raceway. God, things just ain't like they used to be, man. Back in the day. Now, this story, I think, has this one got the last part of the sentence out? Yeah. Diebold would rather lose all of its voting machine business in North Carolina than open its source code to state election officials as required by law, the AP reports. How do you like that?
You go, Carolina.
Due to irregularities in the 2004 election traced to touchscreen terminals, North Carolina has taken the very reasonable precaution of requiring vendors of electronic voting gizmos to place all of the source code in escrow. Diebold has objected to the possibility of criminal sanctions if they fail to comply and argued for an exemption before Wake County Superior Court Judge Gnarly Cashwell. He's a gnarly old judge. The judge declined to issue an exemption, and Diebold has concluded that has no choice but to withdraw from North Carolina. Nothing could be finer than to toss Diebold out of North Carolina.
Amen,
Is that what
brothers.
they all say?
Right.
The company's explanation is that their machine, it's a good machine, but it's fixed. Their machines contain Microsoft software, which they have no right to make available to state election officials. This seems disingenuous, as it's hard to imagine Microsoft suing Diebold for complying with the law. It would hardly be Diebold's fault if it released MS code to lawful authority on demand. That issue would be something for MS in North Carolina to slug out. One far-fetched explanation would be that MS has licensed its software to Diebold with a provision that the company withdraw from jurisdictions where the law requires the release of its source code. It's possible, but there's no reason to believe it. A considerably more plausible explanation is that Diebold is using this non-problem as an excuse to keep its bugware from the prying eyes of government regulators, and the most likely reason for that is they've got a lot of blunders to hide. Blunders or intentional blunders. If North Carolina were to reject the machines on the basis of their software, other states would undoubtedly become suspicious and begin doing their own investigations. So in that case, withdrawing from the market is the smartest move the company can make. But if the software is as good as the company claims, then North Carolina's future endorsement will make for excellent free advertising. Withdrawing from the market would be a very foolish move in that case, but again, only if Diebold has nothing to hide. They got lots to hide, okay? The fix was in, baby. This bunch of right-wing, they put the con in neocon. Trust me when I tell you. They stole 2 freaking presidential elections, and the public is busy shopping for an Xbox that's not going to work when they get it home anyway. How do you like that? I think that some guy at CNN, the same guy that got canned for putting the X over Dick Cheney's puss, he probably put the X in Xbox. What do you think?
Let's send him a medal.
Yeah, let's everybody line up, and in Florida, if somebody cuts in front of you in line, bada bing, that's all. You blow their brains all over your crappy old smelly suit. I bet you that guy that was sitting next to me last night, I bet you he'd been wearing that suit for like 10 years.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. While he was
God. So maybe there wasn't a fresh load, but I don't even want to go into it. It's just
petrified, fossilized.
Oh my God! Maybe it's like part of him, like attached to him.
Right.
Man, I've heard of a woman getting a permanent, but this guy, that was bad. It was just, and like I said, what can you say? Like, oh, well, what is that? That's what I should start doing. What is that? What stinks?
Oh my God! What
who died?
Yeah.
Did one of the dead horses get... is there a horse's carcass in here? I mean, we are like by the racetrack. God. What we really need to do is clean up the world. You know, we need to clean up their act. Clean up your act, all you unwashed masses out there. The unwashed masses are asses, and you can smell them, too. 12 minutes after, maybe that's what it was. 12 minutes after 1 at 560 WQM. It's that most wonderful time of the year, unless, of course, you hate the crowded malls, those smelly shoppers. Long register lines and parking hassles. So make your gift giving a little bit easier for you and your loved ones this year. Give them a Dial Mattress gift certificate. When you call 1-800-Mattress, you can order a Dial Mattress gift certificate in any denomination. And a brand new bed makes a perfect gift that'll last for years. When you call 1-800-Mattress, you'll choose from all the top names: Sealy, Serta, Simmons, King Coral, Stearns & Foster Hewitt, and Tempur-Pedic too. Did you suffer damage from the hurricane? Maybe you need a bed for those pain-in-the-ass last-minute uninvited holiday guests. Whatever your deal, call 1-800-Mattress. You'll get same-day delivery in the time that you pick, from 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. You pick the date and time for delivery within a 2-hour window to fit your schedule. And Dial Mattress shows up 99.7% of the time on time, like I just said. They're ranked #1 in the world in customer satisfaction. I wouldn't dream of buying a mattress any other way, and you ought to be doing the same. So before those guests arrive, pick up that phone and call 1-800-Mattress or log on to their website, mattress.com. The easiest possible way to get you a great night's sleep for years to come. Just that one simple call. That's all it takes. 1-800-MATTRES. Leave off the last S because it stands for something.
This is Neil Rogers. This is 560.
Rock solid.
He's going to give Ricky a blow.
You're over here, and I'm over there. And how about them Marlins, eh? How about them Hurricanes, eh? You know I've had all I can take from that Pee-wee Hoyman. If that pipe smoker sticks one little pinky toe in the studio again, why, I'll punch him in the nose, see? I'll knock out his teeth, I say. I'm gonna marbilize him. Why, I'll twist him into a pretzel. Why, I'll tear him limb from limb. I'll slice his belly open like a grouper. I'll make that poopala cry. The next time he attempts to assassinate my good character, I'm gonna call my attorney. I'm calling the National Guard, no matter where they are. Then I'm calling my rabbi, and I'll call Mabel, like label. And then I'm going to pull a freight train using only my dentures, like All-American Boy and Lance Armstrong again. Why, if I ever get my... What is that? There's a monkey in my checkered pants. Why, you... Get out of my checkered... Not there, not there. All right, I'm gay.
Don't get sore about it now. 118 at 560 WQAM. Speaking of checkered pants, Winona in Minnesota, Winona Senior High School has prohibited students from wearing a certain style of baggy pants because of safety concerns. Bondage pants. You know what are bondage pants?
Which kind?
Pants with several straps that hook from each back pocket to the opposite pant leg were banned about a month ago. The school's dress code committee decided that students shouldn't wear any strap that could be unsafe, whether made from chain or fabric, said Associate Principal Jeff Samson. I wonder if he's kidding David Samson. Hey, David.
You fairy.
Although the straps haven't caused any injuries at the school, Samson said they could possibly hook students onto something or someone and would be especially dangerous around shop class equipment. Like that guy that was like, well, I don't want to go into that. Remember that story?
Yeah, let's not.
Junior Ed Chick and his friends said the straps would rip off the pants once caught, and most are too high off the ground for others to trip over. Students said the new prohibition is aimed at groups who some label as goth or freak. They said teachers have been less stringent in enforcing the dress code among students than other groups who wear skimpy blouses, T-shirts promoting booze, or pants that show underwears. We've all been yelled at or called to the orifice, said Junior Carl Schreiber, who was told he couldn't wear pants with cuffs 1.5 feet in diameter because he could conceal a gun in them or trip. Yeah, they're going to start measuring it when you go to school now, and your cuffs, too.
Hey, weren't you wanting cuffs to come back in?
Sampson said about 15... No, I didn't say that. I said it's a good fart catcher.
Ah, that's right.
Sampson said about 15 students have agreed to remove the straps, and a handful were suspended after refusing.
Where's this?
This is in Winona, Minnesota.
I see.
As in Winona Ryder. Okay. Alarm over dramatic weakening of the Gulf Stream. Thank God there's no such thing as global warming. Thank the Lord for that. The Guardian writes... Slowing of current by a third in 12 years could bring more extreme weather, and the temperature in Britain likely to drop by 1 degree in the next decade. Well, it's a good thing that some of us are almost dead. The powerful ocean current that bathes Britain and northern Europe in warm waters from the tropics has weakened dramatically in recent years, a consequence of global warming that could trigger more severe winters and cooler summers across the region, scientists warn today. Researchers on a scientific expedition at the Atlantic Ocean measured the strength of the current between Africa and the east coast of America and found that the circulation has slowed by 30% since the previous expedition just 12 years ago. The current, which drives the Gulf Stream, delivers the equivalent of 1 million power stations worth of energy to northern Europe, propping up temperatures by 10 degrees Celsius in some regions. That's 50 degrees Fahrenheit. The researchers found that the circulation is weakened by 6 million tons of water a second. Is that possible?
I don't know.
That's what it says. Previous expeditions to check the current flow in 57, 81, 92 found only minor changes in strength, although a slowing was picked up at a further expedition in 98. The decline prompted the scientists to set up a 4.8 million pound network of moored instruments in the Atlantic to monitor changes in the current continuously. The network should also answer the pressing question of whether the significant weakening of the current is a short-term variation or part of a more devastating long-term slowing of the flow. There's nothing worse than when you got a slow flow, man.
And you live in SoFlo.
Right, especially when you got a weak bladder. I guess it's good if you got a slow flow if you got a weak bladder. It's bad if you got a heavy flow. If the current remains as weak as it is, temperatures in Britain likely to drop by an average of 1 degree Celsius in the next decade, according to Harry Bryan. Models show that if it shuts down completely 20 years later, the temperature is 4 to 6 degrees cooler over the UK and northwestern Europe, including Amsterdam. If it isn't cold enough there in the wintertime, and most of the year, by the way, if it ain't cold enough for you there, wow, you're going to get frozen to an ice cube on the damn rack, on that damn square. Although climate records suggest that the current has ground to a halt in the distant past, the prospect of it shutting down entirely within a century are extremely low. They're feeling mighty low. So don't worry about it. We'll all be dead anyway. Don't worry about your kids and your grandkids. The hell with them. Just live it up now, right?
Right.
Just like those, those parents, they meant well. They just wanted to quiet baby down, okay? What's wrong with the fifth of bourbon or vodka, whatever it was? I was so distraught when I first saw this story. I thought, I buy something and I love and I use it all the time, and now they're going to diddle with it. My BlackBerry.
Right.
You got one yet?
No.
Well, what about Josh? You got your BlackBerry?
I don't.
Well, why not?
Or Schleppers?
What kind of an outfit is this? I think that the station ought to be required to give all producers, all board ops, BlackBerries. So you can be in instant contact, instant email, instant messaging.
The department has to get a Jaguar. That's the least they could do.
Right. And all the salespeople, all the big shots get a Jaguar. At least the underlings ought to get like a little BlackBerry. BlackBerry maker Research in Motion Limited was dealt another legal setback in a key patent infringement case yesterday, raising pressure to settle or face a possible shutdown of its U.S. mobile email service. U.S. District Judge James Spencer denied a request by Research in Motion. I wonder if he's kin to Spinner Spencer. He denied a request by Research in Motion to enforce the terms of a disputed $450 million settlement reached earlier this year with patent holding company NTP Inc. Now the judge will set up a hearing on whether RIM can keep selling or importing its BlackBerry hardware and software in the U.S., eh? I got mine, you ain't getting it. RIM stock, halted for the news, tumbled after reopening, sliding about 7% on NASDAQ in Toronto, eh? RIM said in a statement that it would continue efforts to get the U.S. Supreme Court to review the case. The company also reiterated that it's prepared a software upgrade that can be used to work around the disputed patents. Always like that old end around, you know? Never works, but always like the end around.
Yeah.
The dispute between RIM and NDP goes back for years. That's what Wilma Vera said. She liked the end around. In fact, she used to like... Well, I'm not going to say it. I'm not saying it.
Okay.
In 2001, NTP filed a suit against RIM, claiming that the BlackBerry infringed on its patents. In 2002, a jury found in favor of NTP and awarded the company $23.1 million in damages. In 2003, a district judge increased the damages to $210 million and issued an injunction against RIM. It was set aside, however, pending appeal. Last December, an appeals court sided with the district court, and in March, RIM settled with NDP for $450 million. But during the summer, RIM walked away from that deal for reasons that have yet to be disclosed. Maybe they're waiting for the Beasleys to pay their bill. In this go-round, RIM wanted those terms enforced, so yesterday's ruling was a setback. RIM reports more than 4 million BlackBerry subscribers worldwide, with the vast majority in the U.S. So will you lose your BlackBerry service, the article asks? The judge could issue an injunction, but several analysts doubt that RIM will have to stop selling BlackBerries. Don't you love BlackBerries? Almost as much as Chuck berries. And strawberries.
And falafel berries.
Oh, and falafel balls. NTP has asked the court to make sure that any shutdown of the BlackBerry does not affect government customers or emergency response personnel, and RIM has said that it would be difficult to shut down the service selectively, making it less likely that an injunction could be enforced in a timely fashion. In other words, we'll all be dead before they settle us anyway. See? That's the good thing about death, is that we'll be dead before all these terrible things happen.
Yeah, good.
Before the sun burns out. In addition, RIM would likely be interested in settling, even if it means a bigger payout. I don't think RIM wants to take it all the way to an injunction, so the likelihood is that they're going to settle before that happens, said Kona Shio, an analyst with the research firm Conscious Capital Partners in Montreal. C-O-N-S-C-I-U-S. Conscious?
Okay. Like
Shula says, they just weren't conscious. It's estimated a new settlement could cost much as $1 billion. Small potatoes, they got that. NTP, a holding company not a rival making its own products, would also benefit more from a settlement than from a BlackBerry shutdown. After yesterday's ruling, NTP lawyer James Wallace said, "We would hope today's developments would bring the parties back to the table." In other words, bring your checkbook, let's go back to the table, and give us all you got. Whatever you got, we'll take it. And then we'll go away. And then we'll come back again and say, hey, that wasn't enough. We want Mo. At least somebody wants Mo. We want Mo, too. Tomorrow, don't forget, is Friday. Barry Jackass in his column tomorrow in the morning in the Herald. Then we'll find out if there was, any meeting with Greg Reed this week, if they had enjoyed their sushi, if Mo is staying, if he's leaving, if he's, debating, if he's got an offer he can't refuse, what the deal is. That's the thing at QAM. Nobody tells us nothing, okay, except for Duff, who's learned to lie a lot lately. Just like you're firing that whole deal. Remember that?
Yeah. How can I
Oh,
forget?
no, that had nothing to do with it. That's untrue. Yeah, they lied and they lied. And now they lie about the fact that they lied. Liars.
This is Neil Rogers. This is 560 QAM.
Good morning, Americans. It's Paul Harvey. Stand by for news. At school, a boy is told by a classmate that most adults are hiding at least one dark secret, and that this makes it very easy to blackmail them by saying, I know the whole truth, even when you don't know anything. The boy decides to go home and try it out. As he's greeted by his mother at the front door, he says, I know the whole truth. His mother quickly hands him $20 and says, just don't tell your father. Quite pleased, the boy waits for his father to get home from work and greets him with, I know the whole truth. The father promptly hands him $40 and says, please don't say a word to your mother. Very pleased, the boy is on his way to school the next day when he sees the mailman at his front door. The boy greets him by saying, I know the whole truth. The mailman drops the bag, opens his arms, and says, then come give your father a big hug, Paul Harvey.
Good day.
Good day.
131. When are we going to hear from your friend Paul Harvey Jr. again? Certainly before the end of the year.
Well,
we sure hope he hasn't abandoned us. Wouldn't that be bad if he abandoned us? Come on. 5670560, pound 560. I wouldn't be surprised if he calls this half hour. Just to let us know that he's okay.
Well,
I know you're concerned
wonderful.
about him.
Right?
You're worried about his physical and mental health, mostly mental.
Nothing against the guy personally.
Right. Never stole a freight train. Too obsessed with Stan Major, though. WQAM, hello.
Uncle Neil?
Yes, ma'am.
Hey, I thought about that word that you forgot. Camel jockey and sand blank.
Yeah, okay, like I said, we need a lot fewer women callers. Wasn't that great?
Yeah. I'm just trying to digest.
What was that? What was that besides a simpleton?
It was not worth mentioning.
5670560. See, I guess she's trying to outdo the guys. The guys we expect to be morons, okay? When women call, generally they got just a little, not always, but most of it, a little more class, a little more common sense, a little something, you know? That's why we used to respect women a little bit. Used to, being the operative term. Just tragic. WQAM, hello.
Neil.
Yes, sir.
You have the Village on there, correct?
Yes, we do.
Okay, can I add Vanilla Sky to that then?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. One
Thank
more
you.
thing. You had a promo of Mo and the Gargler. You guys still have that one?
Mo and the Gargler?
Yeah, it was a promo.
Don't recall. Josh, you remember that?
Maybe a day ago, maybe 2 days ago, you guys played it. It was a promo. It was Howard answering the phone, and it was the Gargler on the other line.
I'll be damned. I'll check it out. We'll dig into the archives. Anybody have any idea what he's talking about?
No, we don't have that.
Maybe that's a promo he wishes we had.
Maybe they got it. Maybe creepier Greepiers got it.
That could be.
Well, they sure ain't going to share
their
with us.
promos. No.
WQAM, hello.
Not willingly, anyway.
Neil.
Yes, sir. We'll have to use subversive.
Black people smell.
Okay, good.
Does he have
They probably smell you. WQAM, hello.
Neil God, the best
Yes, sir.
import from Canada. Flashback to 2003 when they're all whipping everyone up into a frenzy to get to occupy Iraq, and Bush is about to make the biggest military mistake in 2,000 years. I listen in disbelief to Phil Hendry sell out to the Nazis at IOD.
Yeah.
And I just wanted to know, since now it's been a total disaster, has the bastard finally come back and apologized?
Of course
and
not.
admitted he was
call
wrong?
him up and find out. What do you call me about what Phil Henry is saying? Has he done this? Call him up and bitch him out. You won't get through. They won't put you on the air. But what am I going to, screw Phil Henry. Once upon a time, we got along and we had a good time, and back in the day now, that's another lifetime. Then he turned into a real idiot. And he sold his soul to the right wing because he was on cheap channel, and therefore he's got no respect to mine. In addition to which, long before all of this stuff happened with Iraq and with Bush, long before that happened when I came to QAM, all I did was make one slightly critical thing where I said I thought Phil was a lot funnier when he was on IOD. We enjoyed him a lot more than now that he's syndicated. And, boy, that got back to him, and you would have thought I said, boy, he's the ugliest mother scratcher that ever came down, and that bald head, whatever. All I did was make a comment that I think most people agreed with that. You agreed.
Yeah.
What was that?
I was trying to play it off.
Yeah, okay. Get rid of that.
Okay.
Yeah. And so this business of calling me and hyperventilating about, well, Phil said, well, that's him. So get pissed off at him, okay? I mean, we got other fish to fry. Besides worrying about Phil Henry as a sellout and a total phony. We found out what a phony he was when IOD got sold to Paxson. That's when we found out what a turncoat and phony he lied through his teeth to me. Oh, they didn't show up for that meeting last night. They didn't show up. And come to find out, they showed up, and because of that Brian Cox lawsuit against them, they wanted to keep his ass on the hook, and so they kept him, and they sold away the whole rest of the deal, because Paxson wouldn't take the station without me and the Dolphins. And that's the only reason, by the way, that they kept his ass on the hook, is because Brian Cox had filed that gigantic, massive lawsuit against him and IOD. And they wanted to keep his paycheck on the hook, which eventually they wound up paying Brian Cox, which is really shocking.
Isn't it?
Yeah. But nevertheless. So Phil Henry and I have gone our separate ways, in spite of the fact that shortly after we first came to QAM, one of the first things that I did on the air was raise $20,000 for his charity with his CDs, because he was no longer on the air in the market, and he was strictly, that's before he was syndicated. He was only on KFI in L.A., and people wanted his CD, and so we made them available. We raised $20,000 for his L.A. charity, which had nothing to do with anybody in South Florida. It was Runaway Kids in L.A., which is a good charity. But yeah, and did we ever get a thank you for that? No, all we got was like a stab in the back. So screw you, Phil, okay? Loser. WQAM, hello.
Neil.
Yes, sir.
What I do is, on a nose-picking issue, I keep pennies in my car, make sure to have pennies in there. When I get one, I just put it on the penny and I throw it out the window. I call them my booger pennies.
Really?
Yeah, that way, you know
something, pennies are a nuisance, and if the governments of Canada and the U.S. were smart, they'd stop making pennies. Most people have said that for a long time now. But if you didn't have that, you wouldn't be able to, we probably have to do it on a dime. That's inflation,
or
I
a
guess.
nickel. I'd have to do it under my car seat like most
inflation is
people
bad,
do.
man. When you have to do it on a quarter, then you know you've got a problem.
And on the second one, wish me luck. I'm going to battle a squirrel that's taken refuge in my roof.
Oh, good luck to you, Pally. And watch out for those squirrels, man. Someone got rabbis.
Oh, I'm gonna go get them. I'm getting them.
I sure hope it's circumspect.
Yeah, hopefully it's a Gentile.
No, seriously, you know what we have here that I've never seen anywhere else in my life, and they're really neat looking, although I'm sure they're just as rabid and nasty.
I don't know.
Is black squirrels.
Okay.
Did you ever see black squirrels?
Probably.
No, I'm serious. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Got all kinds of squirrels up there in the Northwest, yeah.
Black squirrels, they're really neat looking things, but then again, to me, see, a bat is a rat with wings, and a squirrel, what is a squirrel?
A rat that can climb. A rat with a
rat with
tail.
nuts.
With a fluffy tail, yeah, well, falafels.
Hey, Duff, quit concentrating on them falafel balls.
You ferret.
You idiot. Boy, he's cracking under the pressure, you know. Hey, Greg, I made the schedule out 20 different times. I did it. Poor Duff. You know, we like Duff a lot, and she really comes through in the clutch. She's the only one that really does anything for us at all. But other than that, there's a sad computer chip there somewhere in that child's mind. You know what I'm saying?
What are you saying?
I don't know. You know exactly what I'm saying. WQAM, hello.
Idiot. Well,
QAM.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Is this Neil?
Sounds like me, yeah.
Hey, Neil, let me ask you a question. Wayne Arnold's a fag.
Boy, this thing is getting a lot of use this hour, you know what? I thought he said it was going to be a question. That was a statement, which we already know that.
Well, maybe the question was going to be later.
Oh. 567-0560, pound 560 in the Verizon and Singular Wireless line. I guess this guy probably got tossed out. WQAM, hello.
Hi, Neil.
Yes, sir.
Hey, it's Matt from Boca.
Is this Matt from Boca?
Yes, sir.
I'll be damned.
I just wanted to throw something on for your poll there.
Yeah.
Jeepers Creepers. That movie scared the living everything out of me, and the ending was terrible.
Jeepers Creepers?
Yeah. Did you see it?
No.
It's a freaky movie, but at the end, it ends badly. It's one of those horror movies that ends badly. Normally,
there's nothing like a horror movie that ends real bad.
Yeah, and then Open Water just came out with the two people who went scuba diving and stranded in the ocean.
Mm-hmm.
That one's got a bad ending too.
Okay, thanks, Pally.
All right.
How about Frankenstein? That's got a bad ending.
Why?
Well, because he said it burns. It burns. That was bad. Yeah. Although then, of course, so we had. Well, let me ask you this. We had all those sequels, Frankenstein and
Son of Frankenstein,
right.
The Bride.
So how was that possible? I thought they burned him up. I thought they like torched the building he was. Didn't they? Is that how that ended?
Remember in the first sequel, they kind of started with.
Wasn't he in Torch Song Trilogy?
I just want to be loved.
Yeah.
No, remember, like in the Son of Frankenstein, whatever the first sequel was, they start with the whole flaming windmill, and you see that as everything's crashing down, he gets out. Like the floor gives way and he falls into the bottom and he gets out.
I see. So in other words, we suspended our belief there at the end of the first one.
You just thought.
And so now they're saying, oh, well, he got out. Like always happens in the soap operas.
That's
like
right.
At the end of the show on Friday, the heroes are like on the edge of the cliff, and then like the car goes over the cliff, like in the movie A Duel.
Right.
Although he didn't go over the edge, it was the truck went over the edge.
Right.
That's such a good movie, you know. It's Steven Spielberg's before he became such a legend in his own mind. That was a really damn good movie. Duel.
Mm-hmm.
We never saw the truck driver.
No.
Am I right?
Right. Not that I can remember. I saw it 100 years ago.
Goes to show you, all you crazy drivers out there, don't be doing nothing bizarre, flipping off no truck driver or cutting him off in traffic, because they'll chase your ass down and kill your ass. I like the part where he knocked over them snakes.
Yeah.
Remember that? He came driving up to that gas station and knocked down the phone booth, and that old lady, that trailer trash old lady, oh, don't mess with my snakes. And she had all them other, kind of like a menagerie. Oh, there's Carola Burnett just turned 100.
Prescription drug coverage.
Isn't that sad? That's something I guess I got to look forward to. I can start doing like Skipper Chuck spots.
This is Neil Rogers. This is 560 QAM.
My radio on the other day and got Uncle Neil's program, whatever it was, and it is the filthiest thing I've ever heard in my life. If the children were around, it's horrifying. I'm surprised as a producer you let that go on the air. And I've heard other complaints about it, even from the help there. I wish you'd rectify that and do something about it. There's no need to be taking God's name in vain and classifying women as, well, I wouldn't even mention it. Thank you very much.
While spending the remainder of your golden years in the land of death, the one thing you have to depend on is your car. With Jew canoe theft on the rise, the people who brought you a big black guy named Ben car alarm now bring you an old Jewish guy named Eisen.
Get away from my automobile, you big MF.
Remember when we used to boost them packet Caribbean? Yeah, we ought to get a bundle for this, baby. The white ones are cooler.
Get away from my automobile, you big MF.
What the hell is that?
I object seriously to profanity like that.
I think somebody's coming.
Get away from my automobile, you big MF. Get away from my automobile, you big MF.
Whenever some bastard tries to steal my car, I feel safer with an old Jewish guy named Eisen.
Get away from my automobile, you big MF.
Get your old Jewish guy named Eisen car alarm now and receive a free flower antenna.
Get away from my automobile, you big MF.
An old Jewish guy named Eisen car alarm, now available at all Zayre stores.
Yeah, when they try to break into the car, instead of those stupid alarms going off, there nobody ever pays any attention to. They just go on and on. It goes
oi, oi, oi,
like that forever.
Oi.
Yeah. 147. Isn't that amazing? There's one we can still play, huh?
What, the oi sound effect?
Oh no, that's going. I think next week because it sounds so much like goy. But that Eisen car alarm.
Sure, nice and clean.
A couple of nuggets from the past. And that's another reason it's so hard to dig up the good stuff from the good stuff from the past.
I just got a memo we can no longer say nuggets.
And in fact, maybe tomorrow we'll have a controversial show about
nuggets.
No, about callers from the past.
Oh yeah. Talk about wind out our tails.
Wouldn't you? If we had a big butterfly net, could we do some damage, huh? Okay, how's that poll coming? The one for today, and then the one for tomorrow, and then the one for next Sukkot, huh? Despite their denials, everyone loves to fart, 234, chokes the old chicken, 210, has sexual fantasies, 142, picks their nose, 113, lies, 95. Knows W stole the 2 elections in 2000 and 2004, 79, enjoys porno, 78, listens to Neil Rogers, 53. Cheats on their taxes, 25. Tickles the old taco, 24. Pees in the shower, 19. Well, I don't understand why you deny that.
No, I don't deny it, but a lot of people do.
Why would anybody deny it? There's a drain there, and there's like water. Huh?
Then it's your own pee. It's not like, it's already touching you on the inside.
Gee, I don't get that. Eats their boogers, 18. Smokes weed, 12. Loves garbage TV, 12. Fears death, 10. Picks their butt, 10. Disgusting. I'm trying to think of somebody like so refined, like, give me somebody very dignified.
Dick Clark.
Huh? Oh, Dick Clark. He's dignified? Oh, by the way, he's vegetabilized.
Yeah,
He'll be dead soon.
Somebody else is picking his butt now.
Instead of that ball dropping down New Year's Eve this year, it's going to be Dick Clark's head is going to be dropping down the Times Square on New Year's Eve. Oh, wouldn't that be great? Dick Clark's head when Dick Clark is dead. Boy, do we hate him. How we turned on him. Fears death, 10. Picks their butt, 10. Loses their ass gambling, 6. And uses body wash, 6. Now, we know that there's still some people out there squeezing the old soap, and it's just... Look, it's a free country to a point. I mean, at least at the present time, you can still do that. There are certain things you can still do, although probably not much longer. But nevertheless. And speaking of the war on terror, now, yesterday we found out that we got, starting tomorrow, they're going to relax. You can bring on, 14 switchblade knives and a red-hot poker and a bunch of... Because they were more worried about suicide bombers. Right. Of course, we've never had any suicide bombers in the U.S. We've only had people with box cutters and things like that. And you can't bring the box cutters, but you can bring, short knives, and you can bring, really sharp things.
A samurai sword, as long as it's sheathed.
Right. And you can bring that machete on that O.J. used to kill Nicole and Ron. So now here's part 2 of this. Officials at San Jose's airport say air travelers weary of standing in long lines at security checkpoints soon will be able to buy their way into a high-tech express lane as part of the federal government's effort to speed up screening at the nation's airports. The cost is likely to be $80 a year per passenger, the amount charged in a test program in Orlando, and applicants will be required to submit 10 fingerprints and photos of both eyes and pass a federal security threat assessment. The payoff, spending a mere 14 seconds at an ID checking kiosk instead of as long as a half an hour in line. And who now wants to stand online? The TSA recently announced plans to establish a nationwide registered traveler program by June, but has released no details. On Wednesday, Mineta San Jose International Airport stepped to the front of the line announcing it was ready to launch the program within a month of approval by the Security Administration. For San Jose, our business traveler community is a big part of our passenger base, said Marina Renecki, a San Jose airport spokeswoman. We visited Orlando and saw the benefit and thought we can't pass up the chance to do this here, to be one of the first airports in the country to offer this. We just zip you right on through there, right? Yeah, it looks like a match. Put him on through. He paid the $80. And, of course, if you happen to have a few knives and samurai swords, then now that's okay, so have no fear. We're not worried about knives and sharp objects no more. We're worried about suicide bombers, aren't we?
Oh, yeah.
Right. And, of course, don't forget Jose Padilla, who's probably going to get sent to Manila. What is it about those Filipinos? You remember that Filipino guy that called the other day?
Yeah, what about him?
He said he was the only straight guy in the Philippines. And I'm not sure about him. 11:51 on the poll. Now, for tomorrow's poll, and a Magnolia one, I think, of signs. Less than zero, Vanilla Sky, AI, artificial intelligence. Lords of the Rings, Part 1. Jacob's Ladder. What is Jacob's Ladder all about? Do you know? Did you see it?
Yeah, I tried to. Now, I already knew what it was
What is it about?
It's about...
I think I saw that.
Tim Robbins is dead, so the movie is just a whole bunch of disjointed visions, which are supposed to be like the memories of his life. That's what he's thinking while he's dead, or something.
What he's thinking while he's dead?
Sure.
Or maybe he's on the other side.
But yeah, exactly.
Maybe he's on the other side. Maybe he's thinking with his bones.
Not only just a whole bunch of disjointed scenes that had nothing to do with each other, and then at the end you find out that he's dead.
I see. One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. We were not happy with poor Jack Nicholson, with Mr. McMurphy getting it. I wish to hell that the Nurse Ratched would have got it. She almost did. That scene to me is just, I love it.
Mm-hmm.
I just absolutely love it. After Billy Bibbit kind of like it goes to the other side. And Nurse Ratched, she gets, she has ring around the neck.
He had stopped stuttering after he got laid. And then when he was speaking clear.
I'm telling you, if we'd have just brought Vera in there, the whole thing could have been taken care of in a few seconds.
But then when Nurse Ratched started on him again, then he started stuttering again.
Well, it would do it. It would work for you. If Joyce came in, when you have to face the music, man, that's when everybody stutters.
We all stutter when we have to face
In fact, a lot of people go, see what I mean? When they have to face the music. Legend of the Fall, where Brad Pitt, he has a fishing accident and he dies. Oh, I shouldn't have told you that. That's sad.
Whatever.
The Village. What was The Village about?
Want me to get it up? I mean,
was that Cemetery Village? No, I don't do it.
All right.
The Birds with Tippi Hedren, where they like drive off and the birds are like all up there on the phone lines and the power lines. Like, not looking good. Heat. Oh, the Heat. Forget about them. Unbreakable, which according to the caller was unbelievable, also unacceptable, and Goodfellas, which again a true story, but a very sappy and syrupy, unacceptable ending.
This
a bad
is
ending.
Neil
Bad
Rogers.
hits, too, by the way.
This is 560 QAM.
I like that guy.
Howard David, afternoons to the 4.
All right.
Sports Radio 560 QAM.
It's Dave in Miami town at 560
Yeah, Mohammed David, whatever. What is all this hoopla over this Rosa Parks? Ain't nobody ever heard of Jackie Robinson, huh? Sure, Rosa Parks rode on the bus, but Jackie Robinson was an intelligent man and played with balls in a major league of a children's game. I mean, come on. Who's done more for the black community, Rosa Parks or Jackie Robinson, huh? Jackie Robinson was my hero. Why, I can remember when I was a much younger man. And Jackie, he was working at the Chock full of nuts. I walked up to him, shook his hand, and said, "You are my hero. Now get me a cup of coffee, and make it black." You think Rosa made coffee that heavenly? Mohammed David Show, what do you want?
Yes, Mo. I think what you're doing here...
Hey, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Whoa. Yes. Are you a black man?
Yes.
No, you can't tell over the phone. Who did more for the black community, Rosa Parks or Jackie Robinson?
Oh, it's two separate things. What you're doing is blurring the lines between social activism and...
Not that I'm prejudiced. Oh, he must have been disconnected through no fault of my own. Only any time, pal. You're one of the high tones. Mohammed David.
You mean tell me Jackie Robinson did more for the black
No, that's not what I said. Now, don't get me wrong here. It goes something like this. Who did more for the black community, Rosa Parks or Nipsey Russell?
Nipsey Russell?
You don't understand what I'm saying.
What the hell you be talking about, man?
Back it up. The phones ain't working right. Phones ain't working right. The phones ain't working right. Now, who did more? Rosa Parks or Slappy White?
Slappy White?
Oh, yeah. Who did more? Rosa Parks or Rochester? Who did more? Come on. Who did more? Larry Parks or Burt Parks? No, that's not really. Let me turn this thing off. There. Shoo. Going to play my old pal Troy.
Bye.